But have you considered? Yo!
Yo!
Yo.
Ayo! Alright, that's what we're doing. We're doing Aoya next.
Oh shit.
As the DM, next time it will be Ayo, Jade.
Ayo!
Heyo!
Ayo! Let me just get
Ayo.
Jade, YouTube. Jade, why is your YouTube not showing up for me? Your YouTube wasn't showing up for me.
Skill issue.
So true.
Really?
Real.
No other clear explanation.
I can't believe this betrayal.
Yes, you can. Go on.
If I choose to not believe it, is that better?
No.
You have to roll to disbelieve. It's an insight check.
Yeah.
What's the DC? What's the Pathfinder DC?
I believe that's
18, I believe.
17. Oh,
And what am I rolling?
Sorry.
Insight.
Hooray, betrayal!
Insight? Is that a thing in Pathfinder 2E? Because I don't believe it is.
There's an equivalent, probably. I assume. One must assume, at least.
All right.
For
Well,
what, sorry?
for insight. Either way, I'm rolling a d20. I got an 8. Does that succeed?
What's your modifier?
I got bad news.
-4.
Okay.
Buddy.
Everything's going great.
All right. Lovely. Glad to hear.
We've in fact not noticed the betrayal yet. The knife in your back has not been twisted yet, so you haven't
Nope.
noticed it.
Insight isn't Pathfinder, it's sense motive.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe it's like a single action Pathfinder 2E, something like that.
It's a skill.
Oh.
Yeah, sense motive is a skill.
Awesome. All right, let me get the music.
Not that we're playing
going.
Pathfinder, so never mind any of that.
Oh, you think we're not playing Pathfinder? Little did you know.
I mean, I'm down, anyways. Don't
Little
threaten me
did
with a
you
good
know.
time.
Little did you know.
I mean, true. Little do I know in general. That's just a fact. Yeah.
Oh, it's so true. Me neither.
Well, folks, I hope everyone had a fantastic Friday. Now, we were originally going to have this off, but guess what? I have decided to be a good kobold, and here we are, folks, with a little bit of a retcon session, at least for the first little bit. As last time I had snow in Lost Internet, and was also not really doing the best DMing I could. I apologize, folks, about that. But it's okay.
I accept your apology.
No, you don't. You just told me
Yes,
you
I
did.
do.
You lie.
However, the salmon.
Yeah, that is not forgiven.
Alright, that's
That
it.
is a sin.
I can't believe salmon goes in Kashak's dishwasher. It's absolutely crazy.
Alright. I'm just going to say this once here, okay? I deal with enough gaslighting in my other D&D groups, okay? I'm not going to
Gaslighting. We're not
I'm not
gaslighting.
Just that.
Hello?
Hold up.
Look,
No.
At some point,
calm,
there's a
but
picture
you
of
went
like
to the
Kashaki in the
salmon.
maid outfit opening dishwasher and it's just full of salmon.
Salmon and grilled cheese. Just
You know what?
you gotta. It's gotta be both.
Look, alright. No, you know what?
That's
I made the grilled cheese an actual thing with the whole the grilled cheese competition coming up in spring. I will
Okay.
make an actual artwork of you just staring at my dishwasher full of salmon. I will
Amazing.
do it. I will make it an actual stream asset, make it a redeemable thing, and do not tempt me.
That sounds
Rick.
adorable, I love it.
Make it happen.
Yeah,
I believe.
Oh.
Wait, what group is gaslighting you? My group would never do that.
No, you guys would never.
Yeah,
Kashak's trying to
Kashak-
gaslight us.
You
It's
Yeah,
can
sounds
really
fake.
trust
not.
us.
true.
Sounds fake.
Brother,
Do
like
not worry.
two whole years
simply-
sucked now, my goodness.
Marks down that this group now gaslights me and will be coming the reckoning. Like just
Whoa.
with the groups.
We would never gaslight you, Kashak. You're just paranoid.
I love
Thing is,
that.
I
for you.
just gaslighting seems just like a real big word. I don't think that exists, does it?
Yeah, that's not a real word. You're
Radical,
making
You
it up.
must be projecting.
Radical,
honestly.
how many revisions of Finnegan have you gone through? You want to make it another one?
Oh,
Yeah. Let's see it.
All right.
Playing another campaign.
wow, Kashak is so kind and loving. Look at that.
Yo. So Finnegan, you wake up in a dishwasher.
Oh, no.
I've had characters that I've wanted to play for a bit.
You look down.
You've
and
always
realize
chosen
you're nothing
Finnegan.
but Sam.
Hey, this time you were just like, "Hey, do you want to play Finnegan again?" And you put the idea in my head, and I was like, "Yeah, okay."
And I gave you the actual gunslinger class.
Yeah, I used it as an excuse to play with a real gunslinger class. That wasn't just
All right, folks.
a fighter.
Let's get on track so that we are no longer distracting, because we do have limited time tonight. We are going to be only doing about a 3-hour session, more like a 2 hours and 45-minute session now. No, my clock's fast. Forget what I said. Either way, folks. Last time with the whole snowstorm and whatnot, folks decided RP. So here's how we're going to do the session recap today. I would like to choose 2 of you, because there was many different conversations that happened. I would like 2 of you to volunteer to give the recap of your conversation that you had for the night, and then from there you'll each get a recap session die for today. Who wants to volunteer for the session recap for your conversation that you had?
Not it.
Well, Ava had a conversation with Finnegan and helped him out with making a gift for the Lady of the Woods. And then also had a conversation with Asana, I believe was about the why she helped the guards and like the house collapsing thing.
I do
Got to
remember
flex her
that.
big sister-ness a little bit.
I do remember that. I believe Raditz, you didn't really talk much last time, did you?
I talked a bit. You were offline.
So I missed it. Got it. So, just going down the thing. So Eva, you talked to Asana and Finnegan. Help Finnegan make the gift, and as well as you helped. You explained to Asana about why you helped the guards and whatnot. Raditz, who did you talk to when you were you just explaining?
Still learning character names. Bradical and Aisley, I think.
So N is Aisley and Bradical is Finnegan.
Finnegan and N were the 2 I talked to the most, giving them, or one of them, life trauma with dating the spirits. I don't really know what's going on, and I just
Raditz-
spoke what went through my mind.
Raditz was the one that put the idea of it being a date into Finnegan's head in the first place.
Yes.
Because Finnegan was just like, wait, is it a date? And Raditz is just like, yeah, probably.
And Sin put the nail in the coffin. Small note. It's a date.
Yes.
Asana doesn't know what that means.
Yeah, Asana doesn't know what that means. And I feel like any way I could explain what a date is, Asana would probably think, like, out of a different context that, yeah, this could be a date.
But Raditz didn't really know what's going on. So...
But it is a date. Hello?
Oh, to Finnegan, now he's pretty sure it's a date. And originally, because this was going to be delayed, I was going to ask Caesar to draw Finnegan in, like, fancy clothes.
What about you, Ventus? Did you talk with the party at all?
Yes, I did. I saw Ava feeding the forest and needed to go for a quick walk, just for normal reasons, not anything suspicious. Endless bloodlust.
People noticed that there's a goat missing from the village.
God, I wish it was the only issue we got. Anyways, and I took a small walk into, the forest, and then was approached by N. And we had a nice little conversation about, things back home and how I don't really have any, good talking partners back then. And I also mentioned that I was, brought here by betrayal and that I will get that, Sir Beak one day and make him pay for betraying me.
Wait,
And after
I
that,
just
we headed
connected
back to-
dots in my head. Sorry.
No, no
Nice
problem.
job.
After that, we headed back to camp, and I think at some point I also had a small talk with Clay Lady. I forgot your name. Hold up. Asana, right? I think. And we
Hey, yo.
kind of had a small talk about how we both have lived for a few seasons here and there, and that I found him a very interesting entity. And then talked about the little clay creatures, and they mentioned how there's life in everything, from the clay to the little plants, and living things just make more of it. And then Ventus had a very lovely, innocent smile and was like, "Thank you. I'm gonna think this over in my tent." And then he went to sleep. Definitely not scheme. Yeah, and that was his night.
Well, he talked to Finnegan for a little. I remember that.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I did mention that I don't have good advice for dating because I know how to start a date, but I shouldn't recommend the ending of mine. What else? I feel like that was most, right?
Yeah, you kind of talked
That's
to
sort of
everybody
valid.
a little bit.
Beautiful.
Oh, you were introduced to my inkwell as well.
Oh yes, I did. I did see a very lovely inkwell.
It's very nice.
And has.
My favorite, even.
Yes, majestic. I love it.
So as I kill Sprig with nanners and whatnot,
Yep.
why don't we continue tonight's session? Now, everyone actually told their own stories and whatnot, so instead of 2 people, everyone will get a DM inspiration. The recap session, that is. Not a DM inspiration, the session recap die. So you all have a DM in the session.
DM inspiration? Are you trying to kill us?
No, I didn't. I misspoke. Not the DM inspiration.
Oh
The
god.
session recap die.
Mm-hmm. Stay behind that DM screen.
Oh no.
You don't want to see
what's
what.
gonna go great.
Well, you don't want to see behind my DM screen right now. So let's just say
I
that.
really don't.
It's just Bara art. I knew it.
Just. First of all, no.
I mean, what's that?
Exactly. Like
First
a
of all-
barracuda, you know?
Ah yes,
that makes
I
sense.
just. Yes. Look at my past notes. Jadari dying this session. Finnegan.
Wait.
Need to make sure to get him shotgun. Got it. Just looking
Why do you
at.
want me to have a shotgun?
Oh, because I want it to misfire on you.
Oh,
Guys,
Shotgun.
I found out what was behind Kashak's DM screen.
Oh no.
Session in progress, please.
I swear
Is
to
it
God.
dishwasher salmon?
Ah!
That's not a.
That's what
Yep.
it is.
Yeah. Hate to say it.
yeah, man.
I'm happy I can't find the right chat, honestly.
So
Judging by the
shitty.
reactions.
All right. Well, think so. There's 5 of you. Well, mainly 4 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. Let's roll a d4.
Oh.
3. All right. So 3 of you get it.
3 of us get what?
3 of you will get something. As the night
A date?
As the night.
With the lady of the forest?
We all get one date.
all get a date.
You guys stop making me laughing so that way I can actually continue with the session, please. Please.
No, actually.
All right, we're getting nowhere tonight.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
And again, de-inspiration.
Fair enough.
All right.
I accept this.
That's fucked up. He needs those rolls for his date. Okay, you can't do this.
Stop talking about. All right, we're continuing. Eva, Radis, and N. As the night draws on, each of you take. Actually, I believe would have everyone taken their own watch at some point between 3 different or 4 different watches.
I don't think we've assigned that yet, but yeah.
Why don't we quickly assign that so that way I make sure I get the right people? Who would be taking a watch, and how many watches would you guys like be doing per night? Like going forward, if you're going to be camping out in the wilderness, how many watches would you guys do?
I don't
Ava tends
really.
to be an early riser, so she'd do the last watch, I suppose.
I don't sleep. Like, not in conventional ways.
you could keep
Likewise,
watch
but N would take first watch usually. Late to fall asleep.
Okay, so was Asana? Asana, I need to know something. Do you dream?
I don't know that I'm capable of that. I'm gonna say no.
Then we will take you out of the pool. So, and you, unfortunately, probably with your ability to trans, would not be enough. So this would actually only really leave Radis. Yeah, no, this would be Radis, Eva, Ventus. You don't necessarily sleep.
I
So this would be-
slumber. It
this-
counts, I'd say.
But we're
Yeah,
gonna go with Finnegan.
I sleep.
Actually, fun fact: it's not that I don't need to sleep; it's that I cannot sleep, according to the actual rule. It's you don't sleep, and magic cannot put you to sleep.
I see. So you're kind of like elves, where you have the trance for 4 hours and whatnot.
It's more of a disassociation, but yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, elves meditate. It's not really sleeping
Mhm.
either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like that.
My mind wanders through the creatures of the forest.
Yep. I kind of see it as abandoning my body and returning to the, just spreading out my consciousness across the land, leaving my body in a vulnerable state, but actually still participating in what I usually do, which is that being a spirit of balance.
All right. Throughout the night, across different people's sleeps, 3 of our individuals who actually do sleep a full long rest: Eva, Radis, and Finnegan. And for you're not sure how long, but each of you share a dream.
Ooh.
Not at the same point, but a dream is sent to each of you individually. While you slumber, you venture through a darkened forest, covered in moss, vines, and just shadows lurking all around. The moonlight, trying to pierce through this forest canopy, cannot. As you walk through the vines, whether or not you actually cut through them or simply part them to get out of the way, the soft ground eventually turns to mud. You continue forward for another 20 or so steps. The mud quickly starts to stick to your boots. Actually, come to think of it, just very quickly, just for my own personal curiosity, Eva, do you wear boots?
Yep.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you didn't wear boots, but all right. The mud starts to stick
No,
to
the
your.
fan art would be too powerful. We can't have that.
Let's not even think about that. Let's just not even think about that. All right. Anyways, continuing. As the mud starts to stick to your boots, you feel your pace slow eventually to a halt, where the mud gets so thick, it's almost as if you're in some form of ichor, just sticking to the boots. And you feel if you were to take off the boots and continue forward, your feet would get stuck as well. So motionless, you stand there, watching around, and you hear different chatter, almost like insect drones, going throughout the forest, out in the distance, but ever so presently getting closer and closer by the second. Eventually, after enough fighting with this ichor-like mud, you're eventually able to pull your boots free and can keep going. But the droning of insects follow you as you continue going down, and deeper into the forest, down this path, and it gets darker and darker. Eventually, even though you feel the insect drones coming closer, they start to fade away. As your path leads to pure darkness, you look around, all of you, and you've seen no familiarity of nature. It's a pure void. what do you each, what, individually, in your own dream, what do each of you do now that you're in this pure black? I'm sorry if I'm stumbling over my words. This void.
You're okay.
Starting with Finnegan.
Try to call out for somebody.
As you call out, you feel your voice echoing, as if going down like a long hallway in catacomb, or maybe down a long manor. The voice echoes out and eventually bounces, and you no longer hear it.
Like yelling into a tunnel?
Or like a cavern and whatnot, eventually where it dies out. You wait 10 seconds, Finnegan. Nothing calls back to you. Eva, what do you do in your own dream?
And you said these are separate dreams and we don't, like, see each other or hear each other or anything.
You do not hear or see each other, no.
Then I suppose the first thing she'd do is check if she has her bag and try to find a torch to light.
Alright. You reach for your bag and it's there on your person. Is it a bag of holding or just like a normal backpack?
Just a normal backpack.
As you pull out the torch and lighting it, the flame, where usually the bright orange, red, and yellow, turns a vibrant blue. And it starts burning with intense heat, where it gets too bearable to even hand as the flame starts slowly consuming the torch, getting to your hand, and you drop it before it burns you. As the torch hits what you would presume the ground you're standing on, it goes underneath, almost like water, and sinks deeper into an abyss. So you see the blue light going deeper and deeper. But eventually, you see something. You're not quite sure of the creature, an object. But the torch goes past something, and eventually, the light dies away. As movement shifting past the torch underneath you. Radis, what do you do in your dream?
No. Okay. I think I would see if I can walk towards the dark.
As you walk further and further into the darkness, you go for a solid 10 minutes of just walking pure darkness, seeing nothing, hearing nothing other than your own body's movement, feathers flap, maybe the occasional click of your beak. What's your passive perception, everyone?
You caught me off guard.
Oh no.
Oh no, asking
And
for a
again,
very...
you always do whenever you ask me to pull up my character sheet.
Alright.
17.
17. What's your passive perception?
I don't. Where is it on the character?
It is below skills, right underneath charisma.
Oh God! Right there in my face. 14.
14. And Eva?
15.
15. Alright. Finnegan, you're the first one to notice. Eventually, as you call outward, with no responding, a torch falls from the sky and lands at your feet, glowing a bright, vibrant blue. As you look up, seeing where it came in, you see something shifting above you. Almost, well, you've seen similar movement, almost like that of a serpent. Maybe a squid. And as it comes clicking together with your 17 passive perception, the thing moving, the dark shadowy figure above you, is actually a tendril. It's slowly, in a serpentine-like pattern swimming forwards. And with that, Raditz, below you, eventually after walking, you see the glow of a bright, vibrant torch as well. With that, you next to it, you see Finnegan. Below you, you try to call out. However, the voice echoes further and upwards from you, not downwards where you see where Finnegan is, and you start to feel a giant pressure upon your body. Each of you feel a pressure upon your body as if you are underwater. In the dark abyss of a murky water. And as the pressure keeps building and building, the tendril that you noticed before, Finnegan, starts to come closer and actually approach your direction. And eventually, when it comes to face, Eva and Raditz, you can see this tendril as well. Several tendrils start coming out of the darkness towards you and starts wrapping around each of your individual limbs. And eventually, several dozens glowing eyes appear from the abyss. Small, almost like motes of maybe fairy light, start to glow and open up, forming a wall of gazing eyes upon you. In the middle of this wall, a giant open eye opens up, stares down at you. Greenish light now coming from the middle iris.
Hello.
If you would like, you can either give me a religion check or a history check. Finnegan. Oh, actually, I would say Eva and Raditz, if you would like to, you can as well.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I feel like Eva is less concerned of the what it is and the
More of the why?
concerned of the tentacles wrapped around her, so I feel like she's just gonna be struggling to, tear the tentacles off of her.
Alright, as you start to struggle against the tentacles and whatnot, go ahead and give me an athletic check to try to pull yourself free.
Of course, I rolled double nat 20s for something that isn't
Alright.
combat related.
Oh my god.
Raditz, you have no idea what's going on, and you are panicking. Raditz, what are you doing? Are you trying to cry out? Are you trying to break free? The tendrils are pulling you closer to the eye wall.
I'm staring at the eye and trying to pull myself free.
You can
but
either give me an
very
acrobatics
weakly.
or athletic check.
We'll go with acrobat.
While you're doing that, Eva, your athletic check, you're able to manage to pull your arms free. And eventually you start working at your legs. And you are able, breaking all but one free. You start hobbling backwards, and the tendrils start slowly coming against you and whatnot. And you hear a voice in your head, Eva, but before the voice comes through, Finnegan, what are you doing while you gave me the religion check, but what are you physically trying to do? Are you letting this happen, or are you trying to break free as well?
Oh, he's just staring back.
You stare back
He's
at the
terrified.
Terrified. Eva, as you keep resisting, the tendrils keep coming back. You keep batting them away, and eventually you do break free, and you're able to run off. As you're running, and the tendrils come close, you awaken, sweat beating down your face, trying to make what just happened. Raditz, with a 16, you're able to break free yourself, and you hear a groaning echo coming from the wall itself as more tendrils start to reach out to you, but you, yourself, wake up in a cold sweat.
So, you said Ava heard a voice in your head, but I didn't hear what it said.
It was more dissonant whispers.
Oh, okay.
Seeing how you two broke free, you were able to wake up. Finnegan.
Yes, sorry, you just said the... But
My bad.
first Finnegan, and then... Wait, what?
I'm sorry. My bad.
It's okay. I wanted to make sure it was all.
Finnegan, as you continue staring at the abyss, with your 22 religion check, you recognize this being from your past. You've dealt with this person before. This giant eye wall, you know, is no more than actually it's a living being deep beneath the waves, known throughout the world. This, in fact, is the great Leviathan Luminon himself staring directly at you. And you feel on your chest a burning brand from before, as a giant greenish glowing outline of a tattoo starts to emit behind your clothing and shining through. You start getting pulled closer and closer to the middle giant iris. And as you're getting pulled closer, you have visions of the distant past. Finnegan. You look back to your teenage youth, going upon your first ship, finally escaping father. You're free, leaving. Let me actually bring you to Wayfalls so that we can have more of a visual. I don't have Wayfalls on you. Oh, no, I have it. Cool. Finally leaving Wayfalls upon a ship known as the Dryad's Luck. Wait, hold up. I'm sorry. What are these markings? I got super confused by these face drawings, but I suppose that's probably you, Jade, from before. Anyways.
I have no idea what anything is ever.
Upon the Dryad's Luck.
We gotta go wake up Finnegan.
Upon the Dryad's Luck, you remember a storm that had happened. As the ship was attacking, you were sunk. You woke up. You're not sure how much later. But this brand was upon your thing, and you've kept it hitting. Mostly. Occasional glances are caught upon it, but you brush it off just as a tattoo. Nothing more and nothing less, but you yourself, you're never quite sure. Until one fateful night, when you were on the Isles of Luminon, you were contacted by the giant glowing eye. Now you do not understand the message, but you understood who was present upon you. And the dream has come back. As you get pulled in closer and closer, you start hearing the voice of Luminon himself inside your head. Finnegan wrote again. I'm sorry, I can't try to do the voice. I'm just going to talk normally for this. Finnegan wrote again. In some time, young man, see that you have finally escaped the sea of my graph and now on Alios. What have you been up to in the meantime? Upon land, away from the sea.
Wait, is this okay? Sorry, I'm mildly confused. So, are we still? Is it still a flashback, or is it still?
No, the flashback was how you got your mark in the first place.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Now we're back to the present.
Got it. We destroyed a mansion. I brought freed a living stone. I'm pretty sure I'm going on a date with a god.
The eye slowly blinks sideways. Opens up. So you've not accomplished much in your life, is what you're saying. You freed rocks on a date. Destroying a mana is something of note.
Hey, the person was a slaver, to be fair. So.
Flavor of what? Rocks?
Living rocks.
You feel like a deep sigh. Living rock. Tom Moore would have a field day if he was to hear about this. Finnegan wrote again. Brought to my attention that you have been far from the sea. How come you are not returning now that you are free?
I don't
What
know.
do you to land that the sea does not hold for you?
I don't know for sure if my father lives. I don't want to run into him or anybody from my past.
Mood.
So you run from your path instead of facing it.
No, it's more like I faced it and it's scary as shit.
Seems that you have lost your way. Sitting in, the sea calls to you again. Once you are done with your next day prior, you will find a mark upon you. Finish your business, the Lady of the Woods. The sea calls to you, Finnegan. Return home. And with that, the eye turned a bright green. And you're pulled into the eye, and eventually you wake up in the cold blood yourself. What do you do, Finnegan, once you wake up?
I mean, considering he just talked to a god and it was horrifying, probably vomit.
That checks out.
Oh, are you sharing a tent with me? What?
Nobody can hear you. Just hear you. Alright, Finnegan. Finnegan, as you start to go outside the tent, unless you want to vomit inside your tent, but I would assume you probably would go outside.
Oh, yeah.
You go outside and begin to vomit. Raditz, at this point you are awake, and Eva, you are awake as well. What do you two do after this weird dream?
I would have been like, I saw Finnegan in my dream, gotta go wake him up. So I would have been like, getting out of my tent to go wake him up. Make sure everything's okay.
And you, Eva?
I feel like Ava's like, she doesn't really know much of anything that happened, really. She didn't see anyone else or hear anyone else or anything, so... She wakes up, assumes it was just a really weird dream, then hears Finnegan throwing up outside, and... maybe it's not just a dream. Crawls out of her tent to come in to like, at least check what's going on.
As you come in your tent, Raditz is outside Finnegan's tent. Well, actually, no. Finnegan probably would have been the first one to run out. So you see there, Raditz is just currently like standing over Finnegan, tapping on his shoulder, trying to rub his back, trying to nurse someone who was recently just become sick. Finnegan, you projectile vomit and whatnot. Are you now? You just noticed now after you are vomiting, and Raditz, you were able to see this first. There is a vibrant green glow coming from beneath Finnegan's nightwear. And not only that, you actually see a marking upon Finnegan's neck. If you look at the marking, Raditz, this one as well growing in vibrant green, shows actually. Well, let me just draw it out for you all. Trying to describe this is not going my way. So I'm just going to draw this out for you.
Okay.
That's not it. There we go. Yeah, cool.
Also, I double checked everything, and I do believe Ventus can still sleep. So that is good.
You can?
Yeah, I do think so.
That's not the green. I just had the green, and then it changed. I like that.
Sleeping is good.
Yes, I too love engaging in these living activities. It is one of my favorite things to do.
I just
Uh,
experienced sleep through sin.
Something like this, but for some reason, roll 20 is not the best. I do apologize.
Wah.
Similar, something like this. Radis, with your religion check, you do not recognize what the symbol is and whatnot. But you see, this is kind of what the eye that is glowing on Finnegan's neck.
Would I have known that I was not there previously, or maybe was there? No, probably not. I just met these guys like this morning.
You would.
I don't think any of us know one another that well, but you said it's glowing?
Your back is glowing.
As you say that, he kind of just stops for a sec and starts to hyperventilate.
That's a reasonable reaction.
And I feel like this is maybe slightly mean, but like, Ava kneels down next to him and you're starting to hyperventilate, kneeling over your own puddle of vomit, and she just whack! Big open palm smack on your back to knock the breath out of you.
That's at least one death saving throw, right?
I think so.
Can I get a strength saving throw from Finnegan Feed to avoid you falling just face further into your own puddle of vomit?
Oh god damn it.
And we'll
She's
just...
got her other hand on his shoulder and like keeping him up. She's
Okay.
smacking
She's
him
not
to
just
knock the breath
falling,
out of him.
slamming him down.
Falls back into the tent, sleeps the rest of the night off. Nice.
You didn't sleep well enough.
I sentence you to sleep.
Ayo?
How do you respond, Finnegan, from being slapped in the back?
Wait.
It doesn't help him not hyperventilate.
Just gentle pats. Sorry.
Is there enough commotion that you think Ventus would wake up?
I would say Ventus, anyone who's not currently sleeping, maybe minus N, could hear the commotion that's currently going on. However, Sin is right there. At this point, especially after the loud thwack that against Finn's back, that would definitely cause some form of commotion that would at least alert Ventus and Asana.
Oh, actually, never mind. I thought I had a spell for this situation, but I don't. Disintegrate doesn't help here, so I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't.
It could help.
Yes.
It could help calm.
Someone disturb
What
Ventus'
about-
sleep.
You dare disturb my slumber? I need my beauty sleep. Disintegrate.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's gonna be him
Gotta
someday,
go.
trust me. It's gonna
Calm
happen.
down, disintegrate.
Step aside, I know how to calm him.
This is just like the I guess, a folk remedy that I've always known for when you're hyperventilating. You get smacked on the back and knock the breath out of you, and then it's one big breath.
I suppose, yeah.
What could possibly
'Cause
go
you get
wrong?
Breath knocked out.
Yeah, Ventus will actually wake up and walk out and see this and hold his breath with you. And we'll leave it at that for a while.
So he's now trying, or I guess with that being said, from Sprig, he's now trying to catch his breath.
That was the intent, at least.
Yeah, no. I thought you just meant you smacked me really hard, not like you literally
No.
smacked the breath out of me or the air out of me. Yeah, so now he's trying to get his breath back.
She'll get her hands on his shoulders and help pull him up onto his feet again.
Molly stopped puking. It smells bad.
You have a nightmare too, buddy?
Yeah.
Never smack me again.
This was
Just
worth seeing.
shrug.
Finnegan was there. And then it was tentacles.
Oh. I don't think that
Uh,
describes it.
Kashak,
It was dark.
would Ventus now walking out and seeing the weird glowing thing and hear the mention of tentacles know anything? What do I roll to see if I recognize any of these weird going on?
I will give you the same check that I gave them, either a religion or a history check. However, seeing so you did not witness it firsthand, and I don't. Well, no, he is a major deity. Just go ahead and roll. Give me a history or a religion check.
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh, why is guidance?
Ooh.
on? What? How do
I mean, even
not
without
miss that?
guidance.
Yeah.
So 23.
A 23.
Oh.
Now you've had a lot of time in your own new abode that you had, plenty of books and whatnot. Also, plus the time you've had on Lumon itself before going to the Shadowfell. You would know the being in this marking that it is. This is actually a rather common symbol, marking, or holy symbol for people who follow Luminon. His watchful gaze upon a pendant, usually sea green or some form of emerald, crystal-like structure to it. However, you've not.
Interesting.
You can clearly tell this is a brand of Luminon.
Are you by any chance a paladin or cleric of Luminon?
Ah. A lot of pirates are, I'm sure.
I see.
They're
Alright,
not
keep this in mind.
necessarily paladins, but most are followers. I'm
It's good
sure
to keep
my
in mind.
father was.
I'm sure it's nothing of serious issue. Just be sure to pray
Sure
or
it is.
whatever it is you do, you followers of Luminon.
I'm not a follower myself, or I guess I am now.
Well, either you are a follower, or maybe you have inquired its wrath, and one of those two I think you should prefer, right? Best start praying. I will head back into my tent and continue my slumber.
What has happened?
He didn't help me at all. That makes me feel worse.
Strange dreams. Glowy marks.
I talked to God.
What?
Our God,
Oh, God.
Luminon. Or rather, he talked to me.
Here? I sense nothing.
Oh, in my head. Or in my dream. But kind of both. It kind of like he said nothing, but it echoes in my head or in my mind.
Oh my god.
I see.
I got this branding a while ago. Not I got it as involuntarily. But it's never glowed. Not that I can remember.
You would know that it hasn't glowed at least for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Did all of you have the same vision?
Some tentacles tried to grab me. Then I woke up.
I walked in darkness. Tentacles tried to grab me after I saw Finnegan down below. And then I woke up.
Levi's gonna pat Radius on the head.
Radiz will hug.
I think I need to sit down for a while.
Do you need some water?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to go near water.
Okay.
He told me to go to the ocean and go back to where I was born, came from, or not born, but came from. After this, of course. Do you know anything about this? Anybody? Asana, you're you. Do you know anything?
I
I don't have a gauge of your.
I was half expecting you're terrifying.
Yeah. I was debating on that.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand. Did you all... I don't quite understand what it is to dream in the way that you do, so I can't speak to that.
Our mind makes visions. Or
Are they true?
no. Not usually. I don't know about this one, but usually it's just your subconscious. If you feel guilty, you're more common to have a bad dream. Those are called nightmares.
Hmm.
I usually just have the one.
Normally we don't remember them, but this one's pretty clear.
I see.
Super clear.
Are you
Super
safe?
weird.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm being watched. But not like watched as in you guys looking at me right now. It's like a foreboding feeling, existential dread,
You are being
kind of
watched.
all.
From the tent, it's not me this time.
You are being
No,
watched,
being-
though.
By who?
By me, by all of us, by the wind itself, and by the ground you sleep upon. Everything watches over you.
Yeah,
Surely you're
that's
used to it.
ominous. That's ominous and creepy. But like, I mean, as in,
Something new.
something sinister, something unwelcome here, or unwelcome by me for sure.
Well, I shall continue to look out for you. Though I'm afraid I cannot join you in your dreams.
I appreciate it either way.
At this point,
Sorry, I just noticed the thing that Tail wrote.
thanks for ruining the holy symbol.
Feemsh.
You and your group. It's at this point that after several points, Radis, you've felt their presence and whatnot, and Sana, you knew they were around. Fred and George are currently standing out at one of the tents, kind of looking out over. They've been silent this entire time.
Hello.
Hello! Did we feel a presence? Not the presence, so we came. Was it
Do you dream?
dream? Dream. We look at each other.
Sleep.
We sleep. Yes, sleep. Pictures, moving pictures while we sleep. Dream? Yes.
I see.
We came after we felt presence. Not any of your presence. No. Presence much grander, much never benefit. I'm sure. The presence done again. Grand presence. What is with human on his neck? They are pointing out
Dream.
a dream. What dream about?
Talked to Luminon.
Kind of tilt the head.
He's not happy with me. Not angry with me, but he's disappointed in me like a sad parent.
Human father disappointed?
Daddy's mad.
I don't want to know in what context that bird has heard daddy before. I'm scared.
I don't think I want to know either.
You're welcome.
At this point, the sun starts to rise over as it's starting to become dawn.
Another cursed day begins.
So human father mad? Yes, you right. Why mad? Why mad? At this point, this is George talking to you. Fred kind of comes over to Raditz and starts poking him in the head.
He says I haven't done much when I feel like it's been a pretty how should I say? Not eventful. I mean, it's been eventful.
Events that have gained the lady's favor. Definitely eventful. Yes, yes. Speaking. When ready to leave?
As soon as I can. As soon as we can. Oh, gee. I'm going on a
Going on a date? Yes, yes. Finnegan has date ready for the lady.
I love this.
How do you guys know about this?
We watch, we listen. We always around, even when not in sight. At this point, Fred pecking you, Radis. He goes, Radis!
Yeah.
Idiot smelly. He flies all away from you.
What did
Look at
Radis
me.
do?
George continuing to you. Is Finnegan, yes. Is everyone ready for a date with lady? Especially Finnegan, human, yes.
Why especially me?
You were the one with dates.
I will walk out of my tent and be like, you shouldn't leave a lady waiting. I adjust my suit and throw on my cape, my cloak, as it just kind of forms an umbrella over me.
Very quickly for folks, if you have not taken the effects of your long rest, it is, you've gained the effects, meaning you recover half hit dice if you use that before for short rest, spell slots, etc.
Finnegan likes the gods.
By the end of our rest, we can also see the effects from Ava's feeding the forest last night.
Nice.
I will walk
Basically,
over
the whole
very
campsite
intrigued.
just like overgrown.
Interesting. Did
And I
you
will have
love
tended-
this?
And I will have tended to it over the night as well.
Is this why you were bleeding on the grass yesterday?
That's right. She's
Your
just like pulling
blood
stakes
caused
up and
this.
picking up the camp.
Blood magic's weird.
You are full of life. I will continue walking towards where everybody's getting ready, I guess. Yes. It's very painful.
Megan's gonna try to like straighten up his clothes. And...
Very quick, Jade. I'm looking at
Yes.
your stream. Are you still on the map area?
Huh?
Are you still in the map area?
No,
world
I'm in
map?
the camp.
Huh. Okay.
You probably lag behind.
Okay. Alright. I was seeing your streaming. Yeah, it's definitely like that.
So, that's a common YouTube thing. Whereas on Twitch, if you lag behind, it catches you up. On YouTube, it keeps you where you lagged so that you don't miss anything.
Ah. Okay.
That's part of why YouTube lies about concurrent viewers, because anybody who lags for more than a second is no longer a quote-unquote live viewer.
Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't want to make sure Roll20 was messing up on your end and whatnot.
No, we're good. We're golden.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Ventus is
Twitch
just
just
helping
changes its
Finn
mind
get
on what
cleaned up.
counts as what
Yeah.
counts as a viewer or not.
Yeah, at least I kind of know what doesn't count for me. Twitch is up in the air.
Perfect. There
Oh, I do
we
have a-
go.
oh.
Looking presentable.
I do have a quick question though.
Yes.
When I hit long rest, it defaults my spell slots to 0.
That is because you did you do the character transfer or did you do it manually?
Oh. That was
I
like
believe-
more than 3 days ago.
I can take a look if you don't mind.
Okay,
I can probably fix it.
we can worry about that after stream, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe it's in here somewhere.
I
don't know.
I'm kind of seeing the problem right
Oh.
now.
It should be two. It should be 4 1s and 2 2s.
Yeah. How what's your level in Artificer?
Nope. 3 1s and 3 1s and wait. 3 1s and 2 2s.
Okay, what's your artificer level 1, right?
Nope. 3.
That's the problem, is because your Artificer level is saying it's
Yep,
1.
it's saying it's level 1.
Oh.
You didn't have it checked off before? So it thought you were an Artificer 0. So I checked the box, and then it thought you were an Artificer 1. But we just had to, like, change the little line from 1 to 3.
Okay,
And
but it does say now it
and
thinks that I'm Warlock 6, which is false. I'm Warlock 3.
3?
Right now I'm 3-3. Every level will be in Warlock from here on in, but I have 3 levels in Artificer.
That should be fixed for you now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Should be good now.
Cool.
The rest is gonna be just manual stuff for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alright. As Ventus, you come out saying, "Let's not keep a lady waiting." You're like, "Yes, yes." And they fly over to you. And again. So, the mark. Little flash. Maybe covered it up. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. And he starts flying through the camp. He actually will find like some form of like tarp or like rag bandage. He'll come over it and he'll like, "Yes, wrap it around. Make yourself seem injured. Hide the mark. Yes."
Why?
It's jarring on the eyes. Too flashy. Flashy means
What's wrong with Flashy? Hold on.
flashy means shiny, and we cannot steal shiny from you. That would be fleshy, not shiny, not raw, not worth it.
Shiny flesh?
Shiny flesh? Ooh, shiny flesh. Fred started looking at your neck, almost like you could swear, Finnegan, that he's like sizing you up, maybe looking at you like a snack. At that point, after the whole thing of shiny flesh.
It's not worth it yet. Just leave him be. We should get going.
Going, we should.
Alright, yes. This way. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone's ready. So is everyone all set to pack up? Everyone have their effective long rest?
I think so.
I did that last
Yes.
time.
Yes.
At this point, also, Ed, you would have awoken up from the entirety.
I would have woken up around the time Fred and George arrived with Sin reacting to it.
This
And I
little
would have
lull,
calmly walked out and joined everyone, not saying much.
sort of like flicking and whatnot, and getting ready to pounce and just giving that usual cat.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, eventually, George and Fred will lead you away from the campsite. Deeper into the woods, and eventually, as the woods, you go deeper and deeper. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That is looking at the note. That's actually that's something else. Where is this? Okay. What I'm going to say very quickly. I messed up here on the notes. We're going to take the quick 5-minute break here, so that way I can quickly retcon this, and then we'll continue going. So if you need water, go ahead and go get it now before we get on for the rest of the session.
I feel like that was also a perfect stop because we just had a fair bit of RP real quick. I think it's a good quick break.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he calculated it. How does he do it?
Amazing.
I messed up my notes. That's how I calculated it.
I think I will step away for a short moment here.
Yep, same. Quick BRB.
I'll probably chill.
This D&D is not brought to you by Fish Dishwasher.
I had something scary happen a few days ago.
Ooh. What
My
happened?
dog ate a year's supply of heartworm medication.
Oh,
That is scary.
Yeah. She
Are
was
they
fine.
okay?
Yeah, she's okay. Just had a rough night and then pooped a billion times, but apart from that, she's good. It's just kind of like, oh no. That's terrible. And expensive.
There's not a single goddamn heartworm in that dog, though.
No. Are you good?
They've been annihilated. Eviscerated.
Is that why she was photoshopped? No. Yeah, I took a picture of Tara the other day, and there was no shadows anywhere. Like, just because it was a completely, gray day.
Yeah.
And I sent the picture to someone like, looks like you photoshopped your dog in, because like there's no environment lighting, there's no shadows, there's no anything like yeah, actually that does look kind of fake.
I have to see the dog photo.
Tara, can you exist? Tara goes stomp, stomp, stomp. I kind of stepped back for a lot of that sequence because I know that when we get to the Lady of the Forest, I'm probably going to have Spotlight for a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, I'm just going to let y'all have this one.
a show.
Spotlight management is a very important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not expect this whole tattoo thing to pop up. Like, at all.
I'm sorry, I heard a thing as I was stepping away and it put my brain onto a silly little journey.
Oh.
Fishwasher! It's like a sous vide machine, but worse. Costs 6 times as much and takes up 100 times the space.
Frig, what?
Why? No.
Fishwasher.
What have we done?
What did I come back to?
Trying to
Fishwasher.
Fishwasher would look.
Fishwasher.
Dishwasher?
Fishwasher.
Yes.
Fishwasher.
Is this like a joke I'm not
Dishwasher.
understanding?
Oh, is the dishwasher, alright, is it salmon flavored?
So, earlier when I was still doing plate up and I made some soggy toast by throwing toast in the dish sink for the silliness of it, Kashak was like, don't put this toast in the dishwasher, at least put salmon in the dishwasher because that's a real dish. So we've been teasing Kashak about dishwashing salmon all night.
I'm gonna apologize to Shaq. No. I told Marauder.
We'll deal with that after session.
Okay.
Very quickly, Aisley, yes to your inquiry. Go for it. You can even do it during the session while we're going.
Oh, you told me you mentioned about Luminon, right? You described it.
Yes. That whole Iowa was Luminon, so you can write that in your notes
No,
and whatnot.
I mean to us. I mean to the rest of the party.
No.
No. Finnegan
That
never
was-
described
that was
Luminon,
a-
just said he talked to Luminon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just a religion. In response to Finnegan's religion check, I was confirming his suspicions that this was the person, the being that has contacted him in the past, which was Luminon.
Okay.
For folks who are going to want information on deities and whatnot, there is a handout section called Luminon's Council, and that will be that will give different titles and whatnot as you discover more and more deities. Currently, there are base deities there, as well as one of them having descriptions. I'm still getting into that stuff for handouts.
Okay. I also had to fix I also had to realize I had to fix my weapon before we went into combat. Actually, that's plus. Wait. Okay, never mind.
I
I'm
also
probably
added
okay.
Luminon to the relationship journal. Giant squid eye wall that's watching Finnegan.
Mm-hmm.
He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
Yeah, that's how you described him. It was just you just seemed disappointed in me.
Father's disappointed.
Not getting the belt just yet.
Does that mean Finnegan is disappointed too, Father, so far?
Well, I'm tempted to piss him off and just
Actually, it would be
not do whatever, but like
Oh.
I have a feeling there's going to be dire consequences if I piss off a god. So
Well,
The worst that can happen.
do you very quickly before we continue, Finnegan, do you still have your old ability from the previous game?
no, you said I didn't.
Did I? Oh, okay.
I know.
I will give you information on the brand then after the session.
Okay. If I still did, for Cole, or I can't speak for Jade and everybody who has joined. So, I had an ability where I could once every week ask Luminon 3 questions as long as I had holy water and incense. Can't remember what the spell is called.
So tell me that you're not. Tell me you're not a paladin. I'm sorry. Tell me you're a paladin without telling me you're not a paladin.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
I could ask him 3 questions and I think I wasted one and said, "What's your favorite color?" Like the one time I used it.
Was it blue?
I just
He said he didn't want to waste time answering it, so he
It's
just
blue,
kind
he
of
goes
left.
embarrassed.
All right.
Yeah.
Honestly, understandable.
I
Everyone
just
back?
realized
Hmm.
Finnegan is the son of Octodad.
I have returned.
Rick, do you have inspiration?
Yo, let's go.
I have one.
Well, good thing you can stack up to 3. So go ahead and get another one for that.
I'm back to 2.
Now that you're
He's
back-
my adopted father.
Wouldn't he be more like your godfather at that point? So,
Ah,
God.
ha, 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 ha.
Boo.
I'm
was
just-
good.
Oh, brother! This guy stinks!
I'm just super
So
cute.
many daddy issues.
I was about to say maybe a little bit closer to Codfather.
God damn it!
The shock, don't even think about it. You're on thin ice right now.
I'll show you who's on tonight.
Oh, I said God damn it! Oh no!
You took Luminon's name in vain. How dare you? Alright, continuing where we left off, the morning has come in now that Ennis has joined the party and is now awake. After a brief breakfast for folks that do require eating and whatnot, Fred and George start leading you deeper into the woods, eventually where more of the brushes and trees, having vibrant bright green, slowly start turning to more, well, deeper purplish hues. If that's what to tell. Now, Asana will start feeling the presence. What she can only assume would be another fayish creature. At
Nice.
least maybe not nearby, but you're starting to enter the domain. As the woods continue, different trees getting deeper and deeper. Eventually, out of the corner of your eye, Finnegan, as well as Radis, and Radis, you've seen these before yourself. You start to notice different creatures entwined with the woodwork of the branches as you go deeper in the forest. Beaked individuals similar to yourself. However, as you look closer, the feathers that you would think would be these black things are actually more brambles. Set of feathers. And they're watching at a distance as Fred and George continue to fly forward. as they turn around, or George starts turning around and actually flying on their back, almost like one of those animated Disney films where you see birds flying on their back and whatnot. I'm not quite sure which one I'm thinking of at the moment, but I know there was one. Similar in nature to that, flying backwards. George will look back to you. Don't mind, Radis. Radis, don't mind. I understand you don't like them. Just don't be a good bird. Good bird?
What?
Good bird.
Good bird?
Good bird. Folks. And then his voice changed to be, instead of the staccato-y, more stuttery voice, it actually goes back to more of a, well, not doesn't go back, introduces more of a you would think more human-like, more elegant, more flowful as he's getting more and more deeper into these purplish woods. Friends, please do not be alarmed. These are simply guardians who protect the lady's domain from would-be intruders. Currently, we are experiencing raids and enemies weekly, so they are vigilant. They've been instructed not to attack you if you do not harm any of the plants or wildlife upon their journey.
Is the cycle of life denied to them?
I'm not quite sure what you mean. Can you elaborate about the cycle of life being denied to them?
Things live and die. To protect them would be to deny other things their life. Or is that simply a rule for us?
George will look at you as Finnegan looks at you most of the time in more of a confused state. I'm not quite sure what you mean on that.
You said that the creatures of the forest must not be harmed. But for one creature to survive, it must eat another. For one creature to thrive, it must eat the life of a plant. Is that denied to them? Does it maintain a false life?
Starts to slowly nod as he starts to understand the view a little more clearly. Creatures here are are known. Sorry, DM word is trying to make sure my sore throat can actually talk. Trying to use different words so that way I can actually pronounce them. The residents of the lady's domain are outside the bounds of the normal cycle of life and death.
I see.
They no longer hunger. They no longer tire. As long as they remain here, under the lady's guidance.
So you do not wish us to destroy them. You do not wish for us not to kill them, for they are not alive. I see.
They live as you live.
A cruel
And
fate.
he will turn backward, facing forward. Now, along the journey, this is going on till about mid-morning. What is everyone doing in the meantime? Is there a marching order to all of you as you go through? As well as Radis and for everyone else, as you're going through the thing and seeing these different bramble-like bird creatures in the trees. If you would turn your attention to your journal, there's a handout for you to see what they look like.
Journal.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh god, those are terrifying. What do you mean, bird creatures? That is a monster. What the hell?
That's a gargoyle.
It looks very polite.
It's built like me going into the fridge. Like,
Me at the
Yo.
last McNuggie, right? Yeah.
And,
Yeah, at 3 a.m.
Not the
eating a
last
bag of
McNugget
shredded
feast.
cheese.
and make no mistake, the feathers and whatnot, if you would think of like a spear, right, where a spear actually has multiple different sides and whatnot, the brambles are that small enough where they do appear to be as feathers or actual leathery skin on these creatures.
God.
So there
That
are
is terrifying.
there are definitely multitudes.
I would be ducking my head as they jump around over me.
And as you're walking around, you've seen these creatures before. If you would like to give it, well, one thing you do recognize is, as they start doing itself, you see one would start morphing into the tree like a dryad or some form of plant-based creature going into the earth. And then next you'll see their head pop out in a different tree, 20 feet away. And they seem to be following you and guarding you as you keep going. And it's not multitude creature that you see at first, but as you start slowly recognizing that they're jumping from tree to tree, maybe 24 at most are escorting you while Fred and George lead you further and further to the domain.
24? Did you just say 24?
About 24.
Just two
Oh,
dozen.
okay, great. Yeah, not too many. Just 24 of them, guys. Come on. Calm down.
It's not that much.
That is
I think
That is
sort of
would
like
be
mental image,
visibly
like, how big
uncomfortable.
are they?
How big are they? They are no. As you're, it's kind of hard to gauge up here in the trees, but you being taller and reaching the lower branches, eventually you start coming. One pops out as you're walking, basically just underneath the branch, and you come face to face to it, Eva. And now, most of their body is still within the tree, but as you're guessing and whatnot, they don't seem to be that much bigger. Well, Ventus, you're a small creature, or are you
Small.
tiny?
I count as small, yes.
They don't seem to be that much bigger than Ventus.
Giant terrifying.
Maybe
Got it.
maybe another foot above him.
About the size of a medium dog.
I would be ready to punch
Essentially.
if it gets too close to me and clearly
Okay, 'cause
uncomfortable.
I think the mental image that at least a few of us had was about person-sized,
Oh yeah, I thought yeah.
which
mhm.
is like
Yeah.
that would be horrifying.
Oh
Medium
goodness.
dog, still scary, but like not horrifying.
Yeah, what's up with terrifying things just happening to be small in this campaign? What's up with that?
I think you mean the other campaign.
Oh. Oh, yeah. No, that's both, actually. Nice.
It's both campaigns.
Wait, do I play a
I feel
terrifying
like
tiny
Hidalgo
thing
would
in both?
probably be sort of leading, like sticking towards the front of the group.
Okay.
Given
So-
big shield lady.
So, using the campsite still for now because I didn't draw a map for. Yes, you're walking through the woods. No one's around. Go ahead and just give me the marching order currently, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Can we just line up like above the camp so we kind of know how we're walking?
So left to right for front towards back.
Sure, follow the arrow.
Okay. N would be beside Ventus, wherever he is.
Perfect.
And
have control of
Sin would be
You don't have
running
control,
back and forth between the
Not
front
on
and
this
back.
map, no.
I would probably be walking off the paths. Like, if there is a path, I would be walking off of it, so I was more walking in the rough, because that would be more comfortable there.
Right now, too. Okay.
No.
Confusing, but alright. Every player. Try dragging your own character token.
Alright, let me go find it. Click that. Okay, that one works.
Alright, there you go.
Thank you. Let's see. I would kind of be, I think, in the middle somewhere. Maybe like here or here-ish. Visually uncomfortable from the things jumping around up above.
As you say, the mini dogs like Skepsies.
That's the vibes they're giving me. I can almost see one of them going, right? It's like, I can almost see it.
Yeah.
The mini Skepsies.
That's awful. Thank you for that mental image.
Yeah. If they touch me, I would be ready to punch.
It's like if like a spider touches you, you just curl up and die, right? That's the correct response, right?
That's reasonable.
that's
Your
right.
spine crawls all the way out of your body somehow, and you just perish, right? That's the sensation. I
No,
feel like
Yeah.
it's similar
spider-
with these things.
The spider touches me,
Anybody who
that's
doesn't
gonna
like
burn down the
spiders
whole
is a
forest.
mosquito apologist.
I burn down the mosquitoes too.
No, as long as they stay in. I have a corner that belongs to the spiders. If they get out of it, that's on them, bro. They wander
See-
too far.
Caesar loves spiders. He thinks they're cute.
You.
Try You try to not
There
kill
are
them.
cute spiders.
I mean, if they're big,
Mhm.
they're cute. But if they're like the tiny things you lose track of if you blink once, I hate it.
Yeah,
Ti-
yeah.
Tiny jumping spiders are adorable, though.
Yeah, those are really cute. But like,
Until
they're
they
fancy.
jump at you. I'm
Yeah.
good.
I don't like spider. That's all I'm gonna leave it at.
Yeah.
So the one kind of spider that freaks me out
Wait.
personally
Is it this spider?
is
No, that one's cute.
Black
I would bet
widows.
that.
because like
Oh.
they're around sometimes here.
Mm-hmm.
Usually like they come in on produce and stuff,
Hmm.
and like they're mean.
Oh yeah,
Just
Black
mean.
Widows.
They will bite anyone and anything for any reason.
Hmm
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact: part of Ventus's design was actually based on a Black Widow.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Fire.
I took some inspiration from that. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but you see,
But
I could
Ventus does
hunt
not bite
Ventus.
anyone for any reason. He's a gentleman. He doesn't even bite much. So
Oh, he doesn't bite much, you know.
yeah. I mean, I did say he's a gentleman.
When you say he's a spider and a gentleman, I just imagine a spider in a suit.
I also
got a
have
little
to
top
hard
hat.
agree with Connor
Oh,
and Jade's
shit.
chat. One of the best feelings in the world is when you're being bitten by a mosquito and a jumping spider does a "Get down, Mr. President!" and tackles the mosquito.
My savior.
I never seen that.
Yes.
If this is the marching order, as we continue down the path, George and Fred, tired of walking, one lands onto Asana and one lands onto, we'll say, Eva. Fred on Asana, George on Eva. Genuine thing, the ground beneath you is starting to become more of a wetland, where your boots are now splashing, and the water above it, or the water that you're splashing through, matching the hue almost of the nearby foliage, sends little ripples of purple light up into the actual air as you each step you take, forming to that of blue purplish bubbles. About 5 seconds after they each pop out, they pop. And once they pop, different flutter of butterfly wings come through, and different breeds, monarchs, other than monarch butterfly, I don't know much butterfly. Many butterflies. I'm sorry, I don't know insects, okay?
Look, how dare you?
But the butterflies start to flutter around. And eventually they float off, but then as they leave you behind, or you leave them behind, rather if you look behind, Asan, or anyone who looks behind, they start to crumble and wither away. Falling back down, crumbling back into a more of a watery state, falling back into the wetlands. And you continue going further, it's not happening everything, but more weird effects start happening. You see fish start flying through the woods itself. More of their translucent green. Flying through, and they're incorporeal. If you touch it, they simply pop back into water, go back in the water, and you see more of a formation of bubbles in the water, and the fish fly away. Now, you continue onward, and Fred and George, respectively, start talking in unison. Welcome, children. Welcome to my domain. I thank you for all coming to see me. And Finnegan, I've heard much and seen much from Fred and George. I hear that you have prepared a gift for a date of ours.
I did. I brought you this, and he like takes out, or he like fumbles through his things. It's like visibly panicking and trying to
What do you pull out?
rifle through his things. He takes out the little totem, then drops it, and then picks it up.
Do you drop it into the water?
No, like not drops it, but like he fumbles with it.
He fumbled it, catching it before it hits the water and whatnot. And as your hand is moving more toward the water, you see a hand slowly. You see a figure in the thing, horned, pale-skinned lady with flowing brown hair, growing yellow eyes, just just the headshot of this, slowly start to appear in the water, shimmering as you look down, winking, and a hand of water starts forming to touch yours and take the totem away from it, back into the water, out of sight, as the image fades. Musing as you continue walking forward, Fred and George, in the voice of the lady, as you come to know, this is very thoughtful of you, Finnegan. I'm sorry that I do not have a gift for you in return, but I hope to bring you good company once you arrive.
Abba has a gift too.
He's so smooth. I love this guy.
Eva has a gift.
Our friend here is carrying it for you currently. And she'll gesture to the hanky statue.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Forgive me. Fine,
Do you control it to move it forward? Because you can.
I
No, I feel like she just gestures it like to the staff that the hanky statue is leaning on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
that was quite curious. I'm sorry, Lady Song. I did not mean to cut you off.
Huh? Oh, I was just pointing out that that you actually have full control over the statues as long as nobody else is currently controlling it. That's all.
Give me one moment. Sorry, my nose was giving out, but I had to blow it very quick. I'm quite curious about this situation, and it's quite rude of me to make you walk through with me. Why don't I meet you halfway? And upon that, the hanky statue that was once holding the thing is actually pulled into the water. And Asana and Eva, you feel no longer a connection to the statue itself. Quite interesting. It's a lovely gift.
The gift, of course, is the staff, not the statue.
I will return the statue momentarily.
Yes.
I made the statue out of wood, and I wasn't sure if you would mind.
I do not mind at all, child. Wood is a natural resource that many species and races across the realms use. And jewelry, craftsmanship, used for their homes, needed for warmth. Here in this domain, wood, of course, is protected, but outside my domain, it is quite fine. It's a natural part of the world, as long as folks do not abuse it and overtake.
Immediately just, thank God, thank. Oh, that's good. Good to know.
Eva also quietly is breathing a sigh of relief.
These are two. Sorry, go ahead.
She just gives it. You can hear an amused chuckle coming from Fred and George.
I will approach Fred and George. I will give you a gift when we meet properly.
Why don't we meet now? And Fred and George suddenly fly off from either person's shoulder, Asana and Eva's, and they fly up to where one of the Skeksis-like creature has been following you, and they land on top of the head, and the head slowly sinks into the branch. And you wait a few moments, no longer listening, you're hearing the voices, and all the different, bird-like creatures start to sink into their own respective trees. And coming from the branch where Fred and George landed, strands of hair start to correlate. Well, not just strands of hair, vines start to come and sprout from underneath. Almost like a new flower sprouting from the ground. They start correlating and start dangling numerous vines, starting to rot and turn into more elegant flowing brown hair. And from there, a head starts to emerge past the hair. You see an elegant lady, similar to the reflection you saw before Finnegan, with horns coming from above, yellow eyes, fair skin, start to come down, and the face comes forward, and she's smiling. And eventually her whole body comes out. and if I direct your attention to the journal again, you see a deer-like entity, humanoid, start to appear and start to dangle from beneath the branch. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my domain. I hope that the travel here was pleasant enough. I apologize for the alarming of the escort that I sent for you.
Thank you for the invitation. It is a pleasure. I have crafted these for you, and I hold out the 2 hairpins. They are crafted such that your familiars may choose to hide in them if you wish. They may conceal them, not from senses, but as a place of convenience.
She'll reach down with a vine sprouting from her hand, and she'll slowly curl around your wrist, with the vine almost like fingers grasping onto the hairpins and slowly retreating back up to her. A wondrous gift, many wondrous gifts that you've brought upon me, and here I am, a bad host, not receiving you in my home, my abode properly.
Is this not?
This is my domain, but this is not where my lair, or where I usually rest and relax. Not my usual place I would receive guests. This is the journey, the road that leads to. But I fear I have come to see you as I have a request. I understand that you all come to me with questions and answers you wanting of what. I've only heard that you have questions. Fred and George have not actually said the question. What curiosity brings you to me? And she's looking all over all of you.
Do you invite us?
I also brought you a gift. Yes. Yep. Ventus very awkwardly grabs a small, fancy wooden box with like almost elven type of like carvings on it. I didn't know what to get you. Now I open the box and show inside of it a very pretty necklace with I think it is a what's it called? Emerald like gem inside of it. It's a very nice craftsmanship. It looks very expensive. You can you can tell. I hope it is to your liking.
I'm sorry, my headphone had cut out. Can you repeat after opening the box what it was?
Just the fancy necklace with the emerald, with the very fancy like necklace thing in it. You know?
Oh, the thing that you identified before. Okay.
Yeah, the thing I bought before. Yeah. The fancy necklace in the fancy wooden box. It's very over the top, but intricate detail work.
I appreciate this. Now, my feelings of being being a horrible host deepening. I'm sorry that I do not have gifts for you yet. Perhaps when we, perhaps. I'm sorry. I'm very choking at the moment. I have actually not slept in many moons, worrying about something. But that is not your problem. That is my problem to deal with. I thank you so much, Lord Ventus. And she, standing from the below the brim, she gives a small curtsy. If she was wearing a dress, of course, but a similar motion.
Mm-hmm. I reciprocate with a very deep bow as well.
That's quite alright. I have no doubt that you will find something in turn.
I have several thoughts in mind, but... Well... Fear not about my... I will return gifts in kind, yes. And Radis, do not worry, little one. For your time traveling with Fred and George, and bringing them joy, and well, having a new friend for them, I also have a gift for you coming.
What troubles you?
Little one, that is not for your concern. I'm here to greet you out of curiosity. Now, Fred and George have told me much of their exploits, and I've seen much through them. The ones known as the Kaizen and Kozlik, Lady Asana and the rest of you. I personally thank you for freeing me from that horrible man in Briar's Glen, outside my reach. He was in fact a very horrible man, involved with very dark dealings. And those dark dealings are... The dark dealings are popping all over the Thronewood, outside of my reach. What can I do for all of you? You bring me gifts. If you come to talk to me, I've mainly invited you here to show you, to play host and thank you for your exploits so far. But I feel that you might have questions, yes or no? I also know of a certain conversation that a certain human among you had with a Boxy. Wait, no, that wasn't Finnegan. I'm sorry. Not the human, a certain elf among you had a talk with a certain Boxy.
Apologies, I don't come bearing gifts, as you sent for me, and I was told that gifts that aren't from the heart wouldn't really mean much. Though I hope I can gift you something from the heart.
You require no gifts from you.
Once we conclude our business here. Though, please accept this gift. Sin will present a ripped piece of paper from her maw.
That's quite alright, my elven friend, but I do require no gifts. I sought you out personally to lay to rest of any mistruths that were implanted in your mind by Jonathan.
He has his own truths, as you have yours. I merely listen. And I hope that you'll give me something to listen to. Preferably your truth.
The many truths that I have lived through and still live through. It depends on which truth you seek to end.
That we can discuss later. Though I may travel with my companions here, they're not privy to certain details, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Secrets
I ask for your forgiveness.
Secrets sitting among acquaintances. Everyone has seeds that they do not wish to share.
A seed unplanted bears no fruit.
Wisely said, Lady Asana. Also, I apologize if I'm talking too quiet and can't be heard. I'll start talking normally. That needs to be done.
I can hear you fine.
Oh, you can hear.
Your mic isn't cutting out like last time. You're good.
Okay, cool. She starts to slowly, with the vines help, and she starts walking up so that she's now standing up on the branch and will start sitting down. legs dangling and kicking outward slightly. Yeah. Sorry. Ah.
You good?
No, I allergies. Throat's starting to close up a little bit and starting to harden as you're talking.
Did you eat garlic?
I'm not
Oh,
a
wait,
vampire
that's
like you, no.
me.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
you.
Well, those accusations are blown out of proportion.
Lady Asana, it has come. I have watched these woods for many, many, many moons, and I wanted to ask you here personally, as I understand that you have suffered a great loss in the past
Indeed.
couple moons.
It was a great tragedy.
Yeah. Rotate her about things that she's setting up now.
Yes.
And you and Miss Eva here must be seeking answers. Eva, you seek your brother in Briar's Glen, but you did not find him. And Lady Asana, what questions may you have for the unfortunate accident that befell your own domain and commune?
I am already rebuilding. It is a great tragedy, but the questions that I have belie their own answers. What happened and why? These questions are tautological in nature. It happened as it happened, and the people who did it would have done it. Perhaps there must be some form of retribution, though I do not cherish that thought. Rather, I simply wish to protect what is left to me, and rebuild the net so that I can protect them all. Surely you understand.
I understand the sentiment, but I question the passivity. If it were I, upon an attack on my domain, I cannot say I would be as calm as you. Miss Eva, what are your thoughts on the accident that befell your commune? Do you share any lady sentiments, or do you have your own personal feelings on it? Are you there?
Sorry, what?
Hi.
I did not cue into that I was being talked to at all. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Maybe I said Eva too lightly. She was asking if you have your own personal feelings about the incident that befell the commune, your community. If you share in your Lady Asana's sentiments, or have your own personal feelings on it.
Many of our people managed to survive, but it was a life-changing tragedy. This doesn't mean that it's the end of everything, but there's a lot of rebuilding and learning to do before we can really be back to as things were.
I fear, from information that I've gathered, that rebuilding will be some time before the two of you can make it home again. The people that once hunted you, they are still searching, and I believe you encountered a couple of them in Briar's Glen. The white-robed people. Yes?
Yes, I was hoping that my brother might know more about them.
Speaking of your brother... I'm not quite sure. I believe, somewhat similar to you. Your brother is half Furbolg, half elf, correct? As well,
Yes,
correct?
he is also half Furbolg.
Somewhat strikingly similar to you, I believe, which I would assume would be your brother. Passed through my woods not long ago. Maybe about 2 weeks. Heading north. Away from the mountains, more northwest. Checking my own personal map to make sure I'm getting the name. Towards Aliok. Speaking, yeah. Do not understand what his purpose was, but that is where he was left. Seen being traveled to. You are still searching for him after our meeting. But going back,
That's very much appreciated.
going
Barring
back,
any other destination, I think that might be where I'd like to go next.
going back to the topic at hand, this destructive force that was introduced into your life. They are still seeking you out. Now, I'm not quite sure why, but your recent events in Bright Glen have definitely greatly angered them. Do you know of your attacker? Do you know the purpose? Have you learned that information yet? These would-be invaders.
No idea.
They seek to destroy.
They do, in fact, seek to destroy. I believe another amongst your group, your company, encountered them. And she will look past Eva and Asana towards you, Ventus.
If I think it is who you mean, then they might not have the best of interest at heart.
Were you as well accosted by similarly white-robed figures, men and women?
Unfortunately so. They left me with quite the affliction that I hope to cure soon. You see, I feel awfully exhausted now. It's like part of who I am is always slumbering. Do you happen to know how to solve this issue?
Fortunately, it seems that you are more of a creature of the night, where I'm more of a creature of shadow. I do not know how to cure your personal affliction, Sir Ventus. I would assume that you would most likely have. You must simply gain more energy by any means.
I hope that is the case.
If that is the case, I can provide you a source of fresh sustenance.
I'm quite intrigued. Tell me more.
And she will look over to you, Redis. You had asked me earlier what troubles me, young Redis, is that correct?
Yes.
What troubles me is something that would bring your friend Ventus here great joy and, well, would get him more healthy. And she'll then turn over to you, Lady Sana. If you be so kind, Lady Asana, to lead your group to my abode. I do have gifts waiting for you there, but they are temporarily out of reach.
I see. Very well.
They are under, as you would say, under new ownership, but can be liberated on, we'll say, the cycle of life. What is living will eventually be preyed upon and provided a new substance, another life. Life given so that life may sustain and move and live on.
Is life given aloud here?
Upon people who would blight my domain, yes.
Hmm. I see.
Pardon me a moment, but if we're speaking plainly, are you trying to tell us that your home has been captured by some other creatures and you are requesting our assistance in evicting them?
He smiles as he's starting to catch on. Outside of the, all of the, I wouldn't say, what would be the proper word for this? Subtlety? Out of game, fayish nature, trying to avoid certain truths.
Yeah, she's trying to not say it out loud, but Ava is like
Oh, I'm
Like, no.
Yeah.
a little bit more literal.
blunt.
Yeah.
Yes. Invaders of gargantuan proportion have decided to make it my home their personal delicacy. They are hunting and ruining the cycle of life that I have stalled. Here, hunting my citizens, my subjects, wildlife, including the guardians of my domain. They're hunting them for sport, for food, and over gluttonous reasons. They are not beings that I associate with, but other phase spirits, more malevolent, more attached to the Shadowfell, like Cervantes.
It is interesting,
We
is it
shall
not?
hunt the hunters.
I find it very fascinating that you invite us into your realm, and your hospitality includes immediately asking for a boon. We shall assist you.
Lady Sona, as you've, in your many years of living, of existing, you've come to know that everyone has an agenda. I am no different. No?
No,
Why would you say that?
the acorn that falls from a tree has no more agenda than I. It may grow into a great oak, or it may simply be eaten by a bird. It has hopes, but it does not have an agenda.
Certainly, most acorns would not, but this acorn does. As this acorn has seen what mortals can do, and this acorn is fascinated by mortal views. I have made, in my many years of living, I've come to adopt more of the views so that I may relate more to the humans, the elves, the phage spirits,
Beware what seeds you plant, for they will take root.
Seeds have already taken root, many across my domain,
Clearly.
and I quite enjoy it.
Then lead on.
Lady Asana might not have their own agenda, but I most certainly do and would love to help you with yours. If it helps mine, of course.
I think the views align quite nicely. And again,
I smile.
and she looks over to you. About our date. If you would do me this small favor and help me clear my abode, I could be such a gracious host to you, and we could speak more over dinner. I'm sure that you have questions about
Dinner.
us, and I'm sure that you have questions about us and brand and markings upon you.
Dinner?
Dinner, indeed. And she warmly smiles down, looking at you.
Hunting dinner?
If you wish, Raditz, young joyful Raditz. You slightly hear from you slightly hear from behind her, just Fred going, Raditz, I can't even speak. Never mind. Forget that. I'm sorry.
Lady.
Assume Fred was calling you an idiot.
Fred's an
I love this.
I hate it so much.
There are two people in this world. Those who love this and people who hate this.
Is that how it is for everything, though?
No.
Like, literally everything?
Dishwash fish, everybody hates.
Hey!
That's just like a
Except-
whole... Well,
except for
What do
actually,
you
Shock.
mean
you are
dishwasher
correct.
fish?
I did
It's
learn
a
of
dishwasher, not a
Shocker.
dishwasher, okay?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Dishwater.
Anyway, I think you were trying to say something.
I completely forgot dishwasher,
Lady. Oh,
Yeah, it's...
No, that was getting out of everyone's mind, and Minnie, you had to fucking bring it back in.
did she do the dishes yet? Yeah, it's looking delicious. No, what the fuck is...
Oh, right. Lady, I'm sure you're aware
again-
of my nature. Is there anything you don't wish for me to record here? I say as I'm actively writing notes.
I'm quite curious. Why has N chosen to be taking on the more adventurous path instead of, studying in, like, a legal firm or something like that? Just being, like, court scribe.
That's for you to find out, no?
Yeah.
I suppose it is.
He loves the drama. You can't fool me. He's an elf.
Yeah. You know how the dwarves in Warhammer have the Great Book of Grudges?
Yep.
This is just the never-ending book of tea, alright?
Alright.
Never-ending tea time. It's great.
And then she told her husband that he was just a friend. This bitch. Can you believe N wrote that down in his book?
I mean, it depends on what we learn about her and Finnegan's date, okay?
Yeah, I love
And
that.
she said, nah, and then he said, yeah.
Getting back on
Ooh.
Yeah.
track here.
Lead on, Lady of the Woods.
And I will. Well, Fred and George will. I shall remain watching but out of sight.
Very
And
well.
to answer your question, and record what you wish. If I do not wish for anything to be recorded, I will let you know. The eyes flash a vibrant yellow at that comment.
I don't make any noticeable facial movements, but Sin bares her teeth a little bit.
Our friends,
Understood.
do me this one favor, and I shall show you a joyous occasion, gifts included. I will be the most gracious host that you have seen in your existence. And directly as she's saying existence, she looks directly at you, Asana. Like, she knows what you were doing and whatnot. Like, she didn't know.
Yeah, there's exactly one boon that I want from her, and I'm yeah. And she's in it now, right? Like, she's given us she's invited us to be guests with hospitality. She has provided none. She has received gifts and given none in return, and asked for a boon. She's in it deep with us, and she knows it. This is an ideal situation for me.
Finnegan's
This is one scheming goddamn forest. Damn.
Well, this is standard Fae stuff, Okay, I mentioned it to my chat earlier, but you know the whole "don't eat the food of the Fae" thing that people like to go on about, which is really not that true. But the reason for that is a gift is an agreement, and a gift is an expectation of reciprocation. If someone is offering you his hospitality and food, and you partake of that, and you don't provide anything, you don't have something to offer in return, that's the classic Fae trick. Is well, then I get to choose a boon then. Well,
now you're in debt.
Yeah, in a sense, you're in debt to us. You're indebted to us. She's indebted to us. She invited us into her realm and indebted herself to us. Which shows to me a very clear level of desperation, especially if she is Fae. She would know better. Especially knowing if she knows who I am, she would know that I know that. So Kashak and I are playing this back and forth game in our dialogues here, but there is, I've also been keeping track. Ava has been given a gift of information. Ventus has been provided a promise of sustenance. N has been provided a promise of knowledge. There's been no reciprocation yet for Teo or for Bradical in as that would be appropriate for the boons that have been asked so far.
She did actually say that she could provide information on the marking for Finnegan.
She hasn't yet.
Oh, but she hasn't yet.
Yeah. That would be appropriate, but she has not provided it yet, which is an important stipulation, is it not?
Yeah, there's a promise of information about it. It's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a promise.
The promise of sustenance too, to be fair.
Also, yeah, that is very true. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm keeping track of some of this reciprocity that is going on right now, and it rules.
I thought it would be a good debt collector, knowing all this information and whatnot.
Oh, this is just Fae. This is just two Fae meeting on as peers. This is expected, right?
Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to overplay my hand here.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm having a lot of fun.
All right.
Jade is not happy to be here. They're excited to be here.
Yeah, I
At
don't.
this point,
Go ahead.
Sorry. I don't. You go.
I don't think that there's a way that she gets out of this without joining the Pact of Broken Snow as my boon in return for all that we've done for her already. Realistically, I don't see a way for her to weasel out of that. The way that this conversation's gone and the way this whole thing has gone, she offered me the information that she ended up giving to Ava, but I denied it. I said I don't need that information. She offered that as a gift to me, and I declined it as it was not an appropriate gift for me. So, she's in deep debt to us in using Fey logic. At least, yeah, more to me than some of us, but specifically to me and honestly, right now, Teo. Like, because Teo has also not received. Though I think Teo would probably be happy with the shiny object, but.
Well, to be fair, Radis was introduced by Fred and George as he was taken in when he was lost by the lady. That's
true. This could be fulfilling. Okay.
You know what's sort of crazy? I got dragged here. She rejected my gift. She rejected giving me anything. I'm crying.
No, she did.
But it's okay.
Wait.
Oh no, I know. I'm just, internally, I'm a fight.
You're about to throw hands at people?
Well, I'm not about to throw hands. That's all sin. All right. Just write things down.
Oh yes, yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna write down that a gown was a little,
See, see,
less than
Ainsley's role.
fancy.
See, Ainsley, did the smart thing here, right? He's role playing a character who is more indifferent but wants to archive it. But he's implanted himself in the world by being the familiar himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to throw hands with everyone.
Shall we go
Yeah, I
onwards?
love
And
And at this point, once this conversation comes to an end, she whips out her hands, and coming from both the hairpins that you had handed her, emerge Fred and George, and a plume of feathers pouring outward, respectively. The red bird Fred and the white bird George fly outward from and land back onto Radis's shoulders. While everyone is distracted by this, as you turn back to where the lady was, she has disappeared at this point. It was nothing but a single flower where she was sitting, sprouting.
ooh,
So,
Ava,
I would.
if we have a moment, you should feed this flower.
Gladly.
I will step in front of N and turn towards him as I'm, just making small talk with him.
Oh, you'll still smell it.
Yeah, I will.
Well, speaking of smelling, so Spring, what would you like to do with the flower?
I apologize. I just got hit with a double read, so I kind
Yo,
of was
welcome.
a little distracted.
Welcome, Raiders!
Just the cliff notes should be okay. I just my brain failed processing a little bit.
Lady said bye, see you later, turned into a flower and a twig. Or at least we turned away to see the birds exit the little gift from Asana, and then we looked back and there was just a flower where she was a second ago. And
Yep.
she's just poof. And Asana wants you to feed the flower.
Yep, so she expends 15 hit points.
Of knowing, before you do feed the flower, as you're going up to sing in, you saw there was some form of yellowish flower, but you get closer. Flower having black seeds in the middle of it and petals going outward, more of a pointed edge. If you like to try to identify the flower, though, I'm pretty sure you might have seen this before. Go and give me a nature check.
I actually have a minus to my nature checks right now.
Oh.
So I rolled an 11.
Right. In the mountain
I
top.
used my proficiency discipline, so I have negative proficiency on everything I'm not proficient in, but expertise in everything I am proficient in.
Ah,
Now, in the mountains and whatnot, you've actually seen this flower before, but when you're maintaining the flower patches of Sonar in the commune, these weren't flowers that you would normally have around, but you would see them out in the wild and the prairies and whatnot of the mountains. And you know that these flowers are actually, well, to most people, you would think them, oh, what a pretty flower, and, would pick it and be fine. But you know the fact that this is actually not a flower at all. This is what's commonly known as a sunflower, or a wild sunflower. Well, flowers can coexist. Wild sunflowers cannot coexist with the people and will actually drain the nutrients from the soil other plants around it. In fact, it's actually a weed.
I'm also subtly
But
dis.
Her, her feature just, invigorates all of the land nearby, so...
Okay.
If this is the lady, then... Okay. It's her domain, not mine.
Yep. It's also a beautiful and subtle disruption. For if she has created a land that is still of life and death, we're not destroying anything, but we're still disrupting the balance by creating more life and by adding more vitality to this land.
So you go ahead and continue with the
it
15
takes
points.
it takes about 10 minutes, but she will perform her small ritual.
Alright.
And
And-
cuts her one forearm so that she can provide the blood necessary.
And if I remember correctly, the blood will increase the nutrients. Will sprout more stuff.
It makes it overgrown within an area, and the more hit dice she spends, the more range. And if
Okay.
she expends 10 or more hit dice, then it has like the effect of the 8-hour blade growth spell.
All right, but it takes time, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes, but it's she
10.
fills the land within 100 feet of
Okay.
this flower.
Noted.
ten-
I will. Okay. Noted.
It's like
Alright.
10 minutes for the ritual and a couple of hours for the effect, right? Or something like that.
Mhm. Basically.
Yeah.
As you do this, and as the blood seeps into the ground, but also do you put it where the flower is in the actual tree itself, or do you put it in the ground below it?
She just approaches the flower, and then it has to be
Okay.
wherever she's standing. She can't pick a
Okay, so the
specific
flower is
area.
actually on the tree branch where she was sitting, so the blood would go into the tree. That I just need to mark that down for specific details and whatnot. So you do that, goes in the tree. Got it. All right, noted. As you're doing this, Fred and George kind of look at each other. And Raditz, as they're on your shoulder, you've seen this look before, with your passive perception and whatnot. That where their normal attire would be more maybe goofy or laid back. Well, Fred is more antagonistic towards you and more hazes you. They're giving quizzical looks at each other, but the way their eyes are yearning at each other, there's more of a concern. There's more of like a concerned look as they're staring back at each other, looking at what Eva is doing. But nonetheless, oh, someone left.
Fred's an idiot. We lost Radical.
Raditz,
Aw.
you idiot! Oh, there's Radical.
There he
Welcome back.
is.
Welcome back. We
Welcome
missed you.
back, Rad.
Almost missed his date. Close.
Almost missed his game, indeed.
So yes, we will go forward to this location that they're leading us to. Yes.
All right. So as they lead you, eventually, with Radical, you being the first one to hear this, Finnegan. Eventually, further you go, right, you start hearing loud. What language? Very quick. You start hearing loud voices, chatting back and forth, but almost like they're yelling. You hear a raucous of stomps in the nearby distance, where you see sudden shakes in trees as the leaves bounce and sway from the land vibrating below. What language do you know, Radical?
Common and Dwarvish.
Dwarvish. So you just hear voices in the distance yelling. And Fred and George keep pulling you closer, and they're saying as you get closer and you start hearing these very loud, because you don't see anything at all, even the nearby clearing, just still going forward. We approach. What? Raditz!
What? Meow.
We approach home. Home.
Home.
Invaders. Home.
Invaders. Home invaders.
Outside. Lights.
Hunters.
Hunters. They hunt you. They want to eat you.
I will hide from the hunters.
Hiding.
Hunt them.
We see you. No hide and seek from us.
They will not see me.
But we see you.
You will see me. Will the hunters see you?
And look at each other and like they tilt their heads and raise their feathers almost as they're shrugging at you.
I will keep walking forward.
All right. Eventually, as you keep walking forward, and Finnegan doesn't understand. You folks start to come on a clearing where you see a tall tree rising above the rest of the canopy, and you all start hearing the different thumps on the ground, loud, raucous voices, and Well, what language proficiencies do people know? That is the main question. I want to see if people can start hearing like the yells and whatnot
We're
going
putting
forward.
them into chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all putting them in.
So as you're getting closer, Eva, you start recognizing a tongue, not commonly spoken in your commune, but you and your family particularly. As the loud somethings whatnot, you start to hear what is made. Actually, I don't even know what it would sound like in other languages and whatnot, but you can understand the tongue.
Oh.
The loud, booming voices echoing throughout the thing like, Matilda! Grab more of the thorny ones! The stew is almost ready, and I'm hungry. Grab the bud over there in the branch.
I feel like
Quest. Sorry, what?
Ava's just like we're walking and then just hill giants.
What is it? Question.
Yeah.
What ability would you say they're using right now? Is it their strength or is it their dexterity?
Or like that's something around.
For grabbing stuff and whatnot. What you just said.
Well, you can't see them. It's just hearing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get closer to the thing, I would say you could probably start to make out what they're doing.
Okay. Well, we continue going for. I go forward.
But
I feel like Ava will take the moment, and I believe it's hill giants, Lady Asana. It makes
prepared.
sense, the gluttony that the Lady of the Woods mentioned.
Indeed.
Could
Be
I?
prepared, for this will be swift.
then again, as I stops to talk and whatnot, you can hear like a squawk, and like several squawks coming from ahead as well. After hearing the rumbling, deep voices. Maybe a death squeal of a bird.
He's gonna ready his rifle.
Only for each. Oh, I see what. All right.
Yeah, also my entire character sheet broke, so I decided to just do it now rather than wait till end of session.
I thought you could do it in the session. If you want another character sheet, you could have asked me.
Oh no, it's all good. Like, I was actually using mine for like what we were doing, but then it sort of just broke and I couldn't do anything. It was weird.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Fred, are these the creatures?
Yes. Giant.
George?
Yes. Giant.
George,
Giant.
are you ready?
Large hunters.
George, the white bird known as George, kind of looks surprised. Like, ready? Ready? What? What do you mean? Why ready?
Hunt the hunters.
It looks
Hunt
like
the
no.
hunters.
George does not hunt. You hunt. You
Yes.
rid them. We watch.
Indeed. I walk until I have line of sight to them.
Okay. So as you start coming to the clearing and whatnot, I'll bring you guys to the next map, and you guys will be coming from the bottom part of the map, in the trees and whatnot, and you'll not be seeing. As you come upon this clearing, purplish hued plants and whatnot, it's going over to what that seems to be a giant tree leading upwards. Two enormous, haggardly-looking individuals. Eva, you recognizing them as giants, and the thing, tower over and are picking through this tree's trunks, pulling out the guardians that you've seen before, and actually taking them out, holding in. You can understand, Eva, if you guys would like to be behind the tree, unless you want to step out of the clearing, that's completely up to you. I figure you guys would be behind the tree line currently. They start grabbing the guardian. Like, Matilda, yes, that one. Put it in the stool. We need to eat. What? As this one is currently here. Let me just very quickly put different markings on them so that way you guys can differentiate. One's green and one's purple. Actually, no. Let me take off the purple. Because purple around purple.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. So as this one on the left is looking towards the one on the right, yes, Matilda, put that button there. And the one known as Matilda starts taking what seems to be one of the guardians, crushes it, and you see a plume of feathers and green blood spew outwards and seep out of the hand. Like, okay, Tabitha, yes. And she takes the thing, and actually, upon their being, you see. Well, it's actually disgusting. Let me just show you the actual image itself, because I could not describe this, but I saw this and like, oh yes, I am totally using this.
Something gross.
Upon these giants, amidst a torso and whatnot, seems to be a carved out, like, actual section of their own flesh, and inside you see bubbling water. These giants somehow carved an actual boiling cauldron into their own skin. And they're currently taking the guardians, these bird-like creatures, from their things, crushing them and putting them, and just stick their hands straight into their, well, you can only describe as a pot belly.
Minus inspiration for that one. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's fantastic. That's.
Hey,
I think that's good wordplay.
A pot belly. I don't see any subs around here.
These are the type of creatures that would for sure be the dishwasher. Okay, that's enough of that one. I'm done with it. I promise. You can
Okay.
feel it coming. I know you could.
So as you all approach the tree line and whatnot, what are you all doing? Their backs are turned to you, and they're currently facing the tree.
Eli's just walking straight out into the open and, hey!
Yeah.
This isn't your hall!
Yeah, I immediately hex and firebolt. I am not hesitating. This is a scourge that we have to clear as soon as they're in line of sight and as soon as they're in range, which is significant for these spells. It is immediate.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit taken aback that you guys are actually immediately entering combat instead of like trying to, do some other solution and whatnot. This is the first. Hold up. I'm caught off guard.
Whoa.
We usually try to talk our way out first.
Mm-hmm.
No, I started like, no, Finnegan, hand me that gun. I'm firing first.
We made an
Fire
accord.
the gun or I will.
Yeah, we made an accord. This is happening.
questions later.
I mean, hey, I'm getting that date.
True.
All right. Well, firstly, let's make sure everyone's on the map, respectively. So I'm still missing Finnegan and to be on the map.
Right. I just.
I will totally be useful here. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Halo was just gonna see if she couldn't just chase them off with intimidation.
Please ignore my health.
Attacking right away, I mean, it's not gonna hurt.
So, Eva,
Like an
you go up and
intimidation attempt.
so, Eva, what do you say as you start coming out of the clearing towards them and whatnot? I'm not
Basically, just like calling them out that this isn't their home.
So as you come over, they kind of like they start turning their head. Asana, you immediately spring to action, which this will be a surprise round. So let me just get the turn order, I guess. Remove all
This
of
is gonna
turn.
be like.
Get lost!
This is gonna be like a
Immediately-
kaiju fight.
Asana, please
I don't
describe.
need-
As you cast the spell Hex, please describe who you are casting it on and how it takes hold.
The green potbelly
Mhm.
is currently grasping at a bird, was he not?
Yep, a sheep.
Ah, fair.
The green one was referred to as Matilda, and Matilda responded back to the orange one as Tabitha.
Its hands fumble and stall in an unnatural way. Their ability to grasp at anything is disrupted as this curse takes hold. And then From my hand spring forth a twin pair of firebolts that seek towards the target.
Twin pair fireball. Do you have a twin spell?
No, it's firebolt, but it does 2d10, so I'm just sort of interpreting it as a paired, as a...
Sorry, I was thinking meta magic.
No,
Alright,
no.
As you take hold, as the hex, your curse takes hold, and she's momentarily slowed, and she looks at your hand going, Tabitha, and you, Tabitha, the orange one, looks out, and 2 firebolts spring forward. Go ahead and make your attack roll. 18 will hit. Go ahead and roll the damage. As the firebolts burst from your hand, leading into the creature's, well, actually, the chains around the potbelly, and start scorching it. That'll be... Right, because it's only 1 damaging. I'm so used to Hex with Eldritch Blast. You don't have... You're not casting by Eldritch Blast. So,
I don't even know it.
Eldritch Blast.
no, it's so refreshing seeing a Warlock without Eldritch Blast, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. If you play a Warlock, if anyone in chat, anyone listening, if you play a Warlock with Eldritch Blast, I'm sorry. Unless you're like an old one Warlock, it's basic.
Yeah, basic.
You're basic.
Basic is basic for a reason. Excuse me. Eldritch Blast is fun.
That's
Sorry,
fair.
Let me not
It's
take the
strong.
best spell in the game. Okay, I
play
said
a
I want to
warlock
do less
without
damage.
Yo,
Play a
but
Warlock with what?
I play a warlock without hex in another campaign.
That's fine. That's fine. What up, Radical?
I
I'm
love
sorry.
Magic Stone personally.
honestly, I like Toll the Dead. I think Toll the Dead is better than Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast.
Yes,
Toll the
I
Dead.
love Toll the Dead. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, the dead is pretty good. That's a good spell.
I'm just-
Toll the Dead is my wife, I swear.
No,
I'm just opening up with the twin spell with the Fire Blast.
I'm just
Just
staring at all of you saying.
Because let's be
Firebolt.
honest,
Well,
a firebolt makes a statement, right? Like it.
counterpoint. It would be more of a statement if you went over there and actually just, bonked them like with a green flame blade and whatnot. Still doing
Oh.
fire damage and whatnot, but you're going over there and actually,
Oh,
getting it
I'm
up in
about
their
to.
business.
oh, I'm about to.
Oh, shoot,
Not
it's
that
going
we've
down.
seen Asana fight very much, have we?
No,
Okay,
this is my
check.
I
guys
first
don't
haven't
think
done a fight
anyone
yet.
has fought except for
First
Ava
time Asana's done
technically.
anything.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
just to double check, the orange one got shot, right?
The green one.
green.
Oh, green one. Damn.
The green one is currently under the effect of Hex. We're going to use the skull and crossbones to represent Hex.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And she's, as the firebolt goes toward the chains and whatnot, a large scorch mark starts to inflict where the skin around it started to actually already rot. However, the flame burning into it and scorching it, burning the rotted flesh a little bit more, as the veins around it start to turn black and sludge starts to fall off it. She cries out in pain from the burning sensation from the
She
other
also-
boiling sensation currently going through.
She also
she'll
has
take her
disadvantage on any dexterity checks, by the way.
Dexterity checks. Understood. Not saving throws, but checks. Got it.
Yeah,
And
not
at
saving
that
throws.
point, we will go ahead and roll initiative. But as we're rolling initiative, Finnegan, using snapshot, using a grip point, go ahead and go and make an attack roll. Which one are you attacking?
I'm gonna attack the hexed one. Fuck that bitch.
All right. Describe. And you're going to blast.
Describe it? Oh.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Asana, just on site. Just as soon as we're able to see them, just immediately just aiming and firing away.
Right. Your name's not popping up. Why is that?
I don't know why.
Let me.
Yeah,
I had a dumb idea.
Yo, do tell.
How tall is the big tree?
Oh,
The
that
big
goes
tree.
All the things you owe her. Oh.
Okay. Of course, I should have been prepared for something like this tonight. I know. I should have been prepared for
Have
something
you
like this.
learned nothing from the house
Apparently
incident?
not. Apparently not. The tree itself. Where? No, the surrounding trees around. They're not even any bigger than maybe The lowest branch is maybe 15 feet off the ground, but the tallest peak, the tallest branches and whatnot are maybe 30 feet off. And whatnot. This tree, compared to that, are about 6 times the size of the nearby trees. So from base to height, it's about 180 feet to the top. Like the very tippity top where the canopy is. So it's a very big tree. No.
Just to share my dumb idea so everyone else can see this.
Oh.
I like that idea.
Oh,
All
that's
I'm hearing
fantastic.
is that is brilliant. Yeah. What's the range on that?
200 feet.
That's a lot.
I
have to-
hope that was the case. Nice.
So are you just gonna teleport behind them? And...
No, I was
How
gonna
does
run
fall
up, grab
damage
them,
work?
and teleport them to the tree and drop them.
Oh
Nothing
my
personal, kid.
god!
I love that.
Huh.
I'm not ready for tonight.
Fucking cannonball!
I'm not ready for tonight.
Nah, you're fine.
All right.
Anyways, does the 18 hit?
The 18 does hit. As you take out your rifle, aim and cock. And Asana, you hear the familiar
Excuse me?
sound of thunder, but this time, even with more the intent of choosing violence, it does not scare you like the previous times, unless you wanted to.
No,
But
this
you've heard the
is...
sound before, and now you're used to it. Maybe.
Well,
the-
I'm not
the
used
bullet
to it,
hit-
but I'm hyper-focused.
The echo, the shot fires echoes, and you hear dozens of different chirps and squawks come from the nearby trees. For 11 piercing damage, you pierce the potbelly, and water starts to spill through it. And as it reaches the ground, you see the burning sensation starts spreading across the grass and just turning it to dust. It's more
Oh, no.
acidic in nature than anything else, and the grass is now, well, it's burnt away, leaving it to the ground. For 11 points.
That's not my fault.
She's leaking now.
The Lady of the Woods has insurance, right?
Alright. At that point, let me roll. Oh, that's not. How do I add? Alright, we're going to do it like this. Add. Quotation marks, pot, belly. Added, and we're going to have them. We'll have them go on the same initiative just to make it keep the same.
Oh, I should probably roll initiative. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, probably help.
Yeah, it'd be useful.
Ava. Sprig, how much do you use your bonus action?
Not that much usually.
Okay, because I use my bonus action every single turn, which means that you are probably going to be the one controlling the Henke statue.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm using the bonus action this turn though.
Okay.
Mhm.
So as they turn around, Matilda cries out in pain. Not only is her flesh rotting away, but now her precious stew, is leaking from her, and she is. Before you move up, Eva, and whatnot, if you don't mind going back, she cried. Then she hit them like, "They're ruining the stew, the supper. Mother's gonna be very angry." And that's what she cries out. Now, looking at the time, it is 10:45. What would you folks like to do? We can go through
Fight.
initiative a little bit here.
Fight.
Initiative.
Fight.
Alright, so we'll do 15 minutes of fighting this session. Got it.
Yes.
Alright.
This is like one round.
Yeah.
I have
Blood
to
makes the grass grow.
abstain. I
Of
apologize.
anger issues.
I'm sorry, Ethan, what's going on?
Oh, I have to abstain for the first couple rounds. Take it as me observing, please.
That's fair.
Character sheet still bork.
That's fine.
Almost done.
What's your turn in initiative?
It
you didn't.
doesn't exist because my character sheet.
Go ahead. Do you remember your dex modifier?
It is What's 18?
That's a +4. Go ahead and roll me a d20 very quick, please. And I'll just add a
My
custom
max HP was 52 as well.
7, so 11. Okay.
Okay.
So that leaves you're in. You go right after Finnegan.
Before it broke.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Finnegan.
Finnegan. Finnegan, what's your? Seems like a couple you have a 15. Finnegan, what's your dex modifier? 4.
Yeah.
So 18.
Mhm.
Okay, so for tiebreaker purposes and whatnot, we'll move Popella down here. Okay, so it goes Eva, Finnegan, Ventus, the creatures, and Henki, Asana, Radis.
Yeah.
Radis, looking at your character sheet, tisk, I thought you would be higher. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Alright, let's get through one whole herd initiative. Let me get, music and whatnot for the rest of the people, but Brig and Jade, you do your own music. Alright, Eva, your turn's up. You rush towards the one known as Tabitha. What do you do? Or are you actually in between them and whatnot?
Yep, she's rushing in between them, and she's going to attempt to grapple both of them.
Now,
they
these are-
surprised, you said, or...
You made your presence known when you yelled out, but Asana had quickly attacked. I'm going to say it was one thing if Asana would have attacked right away without you saying anything that would have been surprised, but seeing how you alerted them of the position beforehand. Matilda is surprised, but Tabitha is not. So the orange one is not surprised, green one is.
Okay, so this is for the orange one then. The 14 to grapple, which is not ideal.
Now, can you grapple huge creatures?
Yes?
Yeah, it's one size
Creatures
larger.
a size
Yeah,
larger
one
than
size
you,
larger,
they
yeah.
can escape a grapple as an action automatically instead of contesting.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Alright, so 14, you're trying to grapple the other one as well?
Yes, I have advantage on the one who's surprised, but I don't on the other one.
Okay.
Wow, those are not great rolls.
Oh, jeez.
So 14 and 13?
Heck it, I'm just gonna go inspiration for both.
Inspiration for both. So you're down there. So Matilda's 20 is 26.
Much better.
Much, definitely a lot better after before.
That'll do.
26 and 22.
Alright. Let me get their roll going because I don't actually have. I have to manually roll for them. Okay. Matilda fails. The green one who was surprised. So, as you grab hold of Matilda, she's currently crying out as she's crying about her stew, her precious stew. As you look, actually, now that you're face to face, the pot itself just comes below, just below your chin, so you're able to see it, and you see the body of the bird that was crushed, dissolving in this vat of acid at this point. You can only assume and whatnot, boiling cauldron. She's crying out, and you're able to quickly grab onto her and distract her as she's caught surprised and grappled. However, Tabitha was more alert and was more aware as you try to grapple for her with your other arm. I'm sorry?
I'll use my recap inspiration.
Okay.
It's
Go ahead.
being a pain in the butt. There we go.
Oof.
1. So I rolled a 23. No, literally only roll.
Unfortunately, as you feel a presence among you, like, let me help you with that activity. It's the Lady of the Woods before, and you see vines start to sprout from your own arm where you cut your arm before, and try to grapple around the thing. But Tabitha's not having any of this. I'm sorry. I'll be better next time with description when the voice is really hurt and then throw me off her. Her left arm, as the vine starts to wrap around and you grab her wrist, she takes her right arm with holding a wooden spatula at this point, but a giant wooden spatula. No, a giant wooden spoon. She slaps your wrist like a ruler upon the wrist, and it forces you to let go. Unfortunately, you do not grapple Tabitha, but the green one is currently grappled.
The orange one was the one that I had advantage on.
She's not the one surprised. The green one's the most surprised.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse
No.
confuse you.
Yeah, you said it the other way around earlier, so I was confused.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she will use her bonus action then on the tree in front of her to connect a portal to the top of the tree. And then, because she's got the green one grappled, I guess, pushes her through the portal.
Bonus action connects to any other tree that you know within location. Now, we're gonna go rules as intended here, just because it says other tree. But I'm just because this is funny. I'm gonna let you push her, 180 feet out of the sky.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna allow this to happen. All right. So if you
Wait,
push
where on the tree are you putting it? I think you got a whole tree to work with.
She's putting it at the top of the tree.
I'm putting it at the top of the tree.
I know
And
the top of
right
it,
here.
but there's more than just height.
But right here.
Oh, above.
If you don't,
Drop her on her sister.
if you don't mind drawing the portals and whatnot, Ventus, as you're looking at it and trying to figure out, like, where's this portal opening to? You hear a frantic cry, and you look up as a portal opens at the top of the tree, and everyone sees Matilda, the one that was just pushed through, is falling down. And Tabitha looks up, and she's like, and Giant, she's like, oh no! As water starts spilling outward and starts landing on top of her, Sprig, please roll me a D100. There's a 20% chance of an extra effect here. 1 to 20. I'm gonna let you do this because this is really cool moment. As
I
Matilda,
was trying to do the description myself, but...
if you're trying to do the description and whatnot.
Yeah, because what I had in mind was basically she runs up and tries to... She's basically going for a one-leg takedown. She's like running in and loops her arm around the back of the knee. And just twists and basically pitches the one hill giant sideways through the portal. The other one, unfortunately, she doesn't get. But,
Alright.
Portals where portals be.
And as she peers out of the portal and whatnot, with the D100, the water starts spilling outward from her and starts raining down upon her sister. And eventually, she tilts mid-air, and the potbelly actually gets stuck on to Tabitha's head. With the extra effect. So, go ahead and roll your... It's 180 feet... It's 180 feet, so that's 18d6. A fall damage, I believe? Yep. 10... So, now, falling on another creature, that damage split evenly among them. Whatnot. However, the potbelly coming down adds an additional thing, which I will roll this additional damage. And basically, it starts coming in and burning the face of a thing. Tabitha's head is just completely sunken in as she is caught by his sister. We'll move this to the front, so that way this added effect looks better. To the front. Falls right down. Doing that, so they will each take 28 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall. As well as Matilda, as the boiling acid liquid, whatever's in this thickly green liquid, starts spewing down all over her skin and whatnot. You see it burning away at her, and she will take a couple additional damage of boiling damage. All right. Currently, she's stuck and whatnot, so essentially she can't see. Matilda's head just hits the ground right next to you, Eva. You're able to avoid the impact and whatnot. However, slightly as you rate, you have shield, right?
Yep.
Are they currently out at all?
She's pulling her shield out now.
Okay. As you pull your shield out, the water bounces off, and you see the singed wood, and you hear it sizzling. That is your action. Any bonus action? Oh, their bonus action to do that
Her
movement.
bonus action to teleport. That was all of her movement to get there. That was her action to grab and throw.
And is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
I said, this isn't your home.
Well, that Finnegan, you're up.
Oh god, she's making sisters soup now. That's fucked up.
I don't know how I'm supposed to, like, follow that up.
I don't think you. That's a lot to follow up. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure Sprig
So
just stole the show.
cool, bro.
Does the portal only last for that one round?
It only lasts until end of turn.
Okay.
Or I believe it is end of round.
I'm trying to like look at everything that I have to see if I
Until the
have
beginning of
anything.
your
that
next turn, the portal remains open.
That makes sense.
That means it's still open. Somebody could do people's elbow. Not recommended, but they could in
But
theory.
very stylish.
Yeah, it would be sick.
Yo, Radis is going to the top row, high flyer.
I used all three of my different inspirations for that one turn, and it was good.
It was
It
very
was very cinematic.
Now, for that type of description, I would have given you an inspiration, but until you spent it an inspiration on. By my own rules, I am sorry. That was really cool and inspiration-worthy, Sprig, but. But moving on. Finnegan, you're up.
Yeah, I feel like you know the whole shooting them while they're down is a little. It's a little bit more than shooting them while they're down at this point. Anyways, I'm gonna fire with the rifle.
Ain't a nat 20.
Oh my god!
Oh god.
Oh God!
These poor,
Beautiful.
poor. Anyways, bad medicine. Bad medicine time.
Yes, bad medicine indeed. Finnegan, describe how you're shooting and whatnot, how you roll your damage and whatnot. Oh God, what? How much is your bad medicine? Is it 3d10 at this point, or 2d10?
I was looking that right now, but then I thought, you know what? I'm probably not gonna crit.
Sometimes you crit, yes.
Anyway,
But only when it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
5th level is 3 additional hit dice.
And you're using a rifle, so it's a d10. So you're rolling 5d10 here total.
That is correct.
Gosh darn! All right. Also, seeing how you did a natural. Sort of play it. Benefit. All right, never mind. I thought that your Deadeye would increase by 1, but roll your damage and whatnot. So your Deadeye, don't forget your Deadeye decreases from 20 to 19.
It already decreased from 20 to 19. Now it's at 18.
Mm.
Right,
The first shot. Yeah.
All right, go and roll your damage.
So then that's going to be the initial damage, and then bad medicine's going to add 3 more onto that. So.
So, Finnegan,
Oh,
as you
that's
raise your rifle and shoot, you're aiming at which one? The one currently on its hand, or the one with the pot belly on its head?
The hexed one.
So as you shoot the one who's landed on the head, the one known as Matilda, currently struggling to get off her feet, she has a small concussion, especially from a fall that light, even for someone of her height. She bends down and she starts looking up, trying to start pushing herself, and you shoot her directly into the neck. And the bullet actually ricochets off something, and you can see it pierce back out of her chest area. And greenish blood starts mixing with the own liquid, and they currently is spewing onto the ground. That was a lot of damage, and she's definitely hurt. After the falling damage and getting shot and whatnot, she's not having a good time right now.
It's been 2 turns.
But it hasn't even been two turns. It hasn't even been 1 turn yet.
Yeah.
It's our turn. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
not
2
a
rounds.
round
My
yet.
bad.
Yeah.
16, so 31 points of damage. All right. Oh. Do it there, and then minus 31. All right. She is definitely starting to look. If it goes healthy, hurt, injured. She's starting to look injured at this point. Very seriously injured. Vinny, are you moving at all? And while you're moving, Ventus, you're up.
Ventus would like to just randomly dart through the fucking forest at a nice, normal, humanoid, normal speed. And then I will look at the one that is currently really struggling, and I would like to cast Chill Touch just to make sure they remain nice and hurt.
The one currently right here?
Yeah, green.
Will hit.
Yeah,
Yep.
perfect.
16 will hit.
Perfect. 16 necrotic damage.
Alright.
Oh,
As
they
you
stepped into the wrong forest.
Love.
As you reach out, your clawed hand and from it a sickly, red
I like
claw.
to think like a weird, like almost like mist of like a skeletal hand covered in like a darkish mist just start to like slowly choke them out and just like remain around their neck until the start of the next turn.
She's currently she's now being choked out, not on the ground, struggling to breathe. The claws sink in and around her neck, the veins all around start turning a dark black through her skin.
Now until the start of, I think, what is it? Healing is fucked for now. Let me double check when it works again. My next turn, so they cannot heal back at the moment.
Reaction?
Oh! Oh!
So, just before it comes to this turn, she started, and you can hear in Giant, get up! That's Tabitha growing up, until it starts taking her arms, trying to handstand and lift herself off her sister. You. Go ahead and do what you're gonna do.
Oh God, please
Oh, God.
no.
Using your reaction, Sprig, what do you do?
Let me give you a hand with that, and basically
What
wraps
the?
her arms around the giant and
I have to
suplexes her
leave.
backwards through the portal again.
Amazing.
I gotta go.
Comically timed nat 20.
What do I roll
Sorry,
to
Edmund.
control the beating of my, my
I'm
long
sorry,
distance heart?
give me a moment as my forehead is currently resting up on my desk.
Yeah. What do I roll to resist just falling in love? Hold up. What is that one?
The portal is still up there and whatnot. You currently grab her, and at this point, with the nat 20, while her head is still currently stuck inside her sister's population, you push her off back through the portal. Tabitha, at this point, is pulled forward and is knocked prone, so she's currently laying on her stomach itself. The more liquid is spewing out into the grass. By the way, the grass around this tree is now fucked and whatnot. It's like dying from all the thing. She comes down, and you can see her distant cry through the portal as she starts coming down and falling straight on top of her sister again, belly to back. Go and roll the damage again, please, Sprig.
Okay, but like
welcome
dead grass
back,
is like the
then.
easiest thing that we can fix with this party, right?
Yeah, Ava can fix that probably. We're fine.
Oh, definitely.
Little blood never hurt nobody, right?
Bull! Funny no!
Nice.
No!
Nice. Funny number.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah, they're sisters. Come on, what's wrong with you?
Hold up, I need to calculate damage here because half and whatnot. D&D rounds down, so this would be 34 points of damage to each of them. One is starting to, after landing and being flung through this tree portal twice, Matilda is very bloodied at this point. She's very bloodied, barely holding on. Her sister's not doing too well either.
I hope she tries to heal herself.
And then... Alright. Currently now on her back, she reaches into her pot belly, Matilda that is, the one, and she slowly starts standing up. She pulls out a as you see, at this point, a very burnt corpse, and like, she was not ready, but she can take the bite of the corpse.
Actually, before she does that...
You've already used the reaction, hold up.
But wait, there's more!
Oh my god!
Break how many
Oh
focus
my
points?
god.
That's... I have 1 focus point left currently.
On God, I'm going on this date.
Yeah.
Overwhelming
I feel like the date
force.
is in the bag right now.
I want to point out, I made some
She grabs the giant by the wrist in both hands, locks eyes with her, and just shakes her head and then tugs her towards the portal again.
So does
She's
a 21 does a 21 hit?
and still hex.
It's a
She
Canadian
still
check.
she still has disadvantage. Jade,
Hi, how's it going?
you rolled 21. She just got a 20, so you actually beat her out.
Nice. She can just heal back next round. She's a giant. They have a lot of healing.
As Matilda, who's currently bloody, shoves through the thing, and she's still crying out in pain. You hear the cry coming down more. Go ahead and roll your damage again.
As she falls for the 3rd time. She knows it's coming now.
Crying in for her life and whatnot. Just, she falls down, just splat. Greenish liquid goes there. I'm sorry. At this point, I'm going to need you to make a deck save as the water just feels burst from the her pot belly, just ruptured.
That's fair.
In a fountain and whatnot.
Got it.
As you
It's not gonna
raise
oh my
as you
God.
raise the shield to block the majority of it, you're still going to
Shield
take
master.
him. That's a reaction.
Oh, it is, right. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's fair.
I used both reactions that I can possibly do, so I do take the half still.
Yep. And you use them in an amazing way, so it's all good.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I just not come.
You'll
Just-
take 19 points of fire damage at the water. As your shield blocks the majority of it, but it starts landing on your left leg, burning through the clothing and whatnot. You'll take. I'm doing some point of damage to you, as she's now come down. The wave of water flushing over her. Her sister can't save at all for this. Tilda's just dead. It takes 65 half is 32, and then
I told you to get lost!
and she is
You didn't even
Flounder
find
to
to get
pond.
lost.
she was looking really hurt after the thing, and then the water just flushing over gets into her eyes and mouth, and she just hear her gurgling and whatnot, and she just goes limp.
I jump the curse to the other target with a reaction.
They're both dead.
Unfortunately, there is no. It's a bonus action to change hex for future
Oh.
reference. In order to change the target, it's a bonus action. However, there is no target to change.
Oh, that was both of them down?
Nice. In that fight, did I notice anything weird about like the blood? Because I feel like I would be paying attention to that. Did it seem especially acidic or anything?
It seemed to be boiling water,
Even
like
So-
boiling
Yeah.
flesh juice.
Finnegan, at this point, he's already like put away his rifle.
Aw, I didn't get to make my cool attack.
He's like been just cheering you on for the past like 2 reactions.
I like
told
to
you it
imagine
was a
I've
dumb
made my-
idea.
I've let
And
my
you were
fucking
wrong.
cloak-
There was nothing dumb about that. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Kashak might disagree, but I would like to overturn that. He boils fish in dishwashers. So
True.
like-
I'm not done.
So-
oh,
What do you
I'm
mean?
not
good.
done.
mother. Oh no.
For now,
Oh no.
Eva, these two sisters that frankly stood no chance against you and your creative thinking. What are you doing after the initial thing? First of all, we're running over time. That's fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. What is everyone doing after the reaction?
She's like patting off her burns and checking the face of her shield.
I'm standing down and coming out of the shadows now.
If I could blush, I'd be blushing.
Not right.
I feel like you could blush in this instance.
Oh, perfect.
I'm
Just
going.
absolutely stunned at the
Sorry,
visual.
I don't like hill giants much.
Finnegan's gonna run up to you and just go, "You're incredible. If I could have your autograph, I would love it."
Hunter's haunted.
I'm going
You
to
did
immediately start
amazing.
trying to. So the cauldrons were full of an acid substance, or is it just
They're-
actually soup?
It
Kind of
it seems
kind of-
acidic, but for mechanical purposes, it's basically just hot soup. It's fired. It's boiling water.
Oh, okay. It's not like it's okay. That's fine.
I'm sorry, boiling flesh juice. If that makes sense.
Oh,
They'll make
who
it.
wouldn't?
It's a mixture of both bodily fluid, water, and you look at it, these creatures seem to be, definitely phage in nature, but knowing the way Fae works, there's practical jokes sometimes placed upon different creatures that most would view as a curse and whatnot. So there's definitely phage magic about both these creatures slowly dying away.
I wonder how long it takes before they cool down.
Why are you so creepy? Why are you?
Excuse me, Miss Eva.
She's just gonna sit down on a tree root.
Your hand, if you will.
Yeah? My what?
Your hand. And reaches out his hand.
She'll reach out her hand.
How do I cast this at second level? Send help.
There you go.
There you go. I did it. I cast Cure Wounds. Hopefully that helps a little bit. That was quite interesting to observe. Do you mind if I document it? I already
Help yourself.
documented it.
These are just the things that were messing with the lady's domain, and well, they were just eating everything in reach without taking a concern for their environment.
George?
It frustrates me a little bit.
A little bit.
George, at this point, his beak is just wide open, just either bulging on your shoulder, Asana. He's just flabbergasted, staring at what just happened.
I mean, I told him to. I asked if he was ready.
George was not ready.
George?
Fred is still over.
Get ready.
Fred is still on Radith's shoulder and just looks at it, kind of shrugs, and just pecks Radith, going, "Idiot."
Was that the extent of
Idiot.
the issue?
Are there any more problems you need us to take care of, or you need Eva to
George?
take care of?
George thinks that. Wait. 1, 2. 1,
I
2,
would like to go here.
1. Wait.
And I would like to mention, they did mention the mother. We should still be
Wait.
on guard.
There should be a third one. And as you
Very
say
well.
that, you guys start hearing a thumping in the distance. But it's not even. No, it's not just like casual something. No, it is repetitive something. And you hear cry out, and which Eva you will see is, "Matilda! Tabitha! I found the green at the fence! I'm bringing it!" And just hear something coming from the distance. Off to the right. I'm sorry. No,
Here
at this
comes
point,
Mother.
and at that point, we're ending for tonight. No,
Oh,
not
God.
no.
I mean, it's not like it's going to take a round.
Yeah, the round hasn't ended yet, by the way. So somebody write down the portals, just in case somebody else is creative
Yeah,
with them.
I'll mark
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah, thank you. As a reminder. For
So
this
this
check,
time
yeah.
I'm thinking we get like a string, right? And we just like a tripwire right next to one of the portals.
Oh,
Almost.
brilliant.
All right, I just want to point out something. I was waiting to have my drinks and whatnot for St. Patrick's Day after stream. I'm drinking for another reason now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can we get like a highlight?
It's crazy. Ava fought.
Combat
Sorry.
session?
Yeah, can we have like a hard combat, please? This was the.
Sprig, I'm sorry.
Can we have
Sprig,
like an Eva combat, you know?
Can
I just
can
don't
we?
want that back.
All right, Sprig, I'm sorry, but I'm giving you homework. Can you write this all down and send it to like some form of like D&D, like, you know,
The like,
Reddit-
green text thing.
yeah, like a green text thing or something like that to be highlighted in a YouTube video or something like that.
Yeah, the story of how a giant half-elf thing. Yeah, you fought something with boiling blood, and now it turns out my blood is boiling too. Crazy, God damn. Nice.
Yeah, it's just as we close though. As soon as we hear the other creature, Asana is just going to casually start walking in that direction, just immediately.
No. To the right, then you can
Mhm.
move up your speed to the right.
From the right? Okay, so I'll eventually start over here.
Well, no, you are where you left.
I have broken things that I want to do that I didn't have a chance to do yet. So, heck yeah, let's keep going. Next time, I guess.
Okay.
But heck yeah.
Try and
I may or may not be
be seen.
I may or may not be adjusting mother because I'm looking at the six of you and then also looking at okay, this will be fine, right?
Oh.
Nope. All right, now all right.
Mind you, that
Huh?
damage is extremely situational.
Yeah, that was kind of the only situation where that's realistically
And
gonna
you
work.
let it happen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's just that's like
It was
probably
worth
the
it.
only time in the whole campaign it's gonna happen for Ava doing that much damage.
Yeah.
Well, I want to point out. No, this is a place called the Throne Wood. Now that I knew that you had the tree stride ability and whatnot. I didn't think you were going to use it in that nature. Right? It does say another tree, so I could have done like rule is written, but no, rule of cool.
Oh yeah. Totes.
Rule of cool is the best
Greg,
rule.
you get an inspiration, please. Just get one inspiration. You're not getting two. No, you can get one back.
Yeah, we might need to consider keeping that another tree part as a part of the rules to avoid, this.
Scratch without giving us on a stab at let's try a giant tree. Scratch without any tree related items to the party for the rest of the campaign. No growing trees for you.
We're gonna fight in an open field.
Away from any plant life in the cave.
All combat is now indoors.
Don't grow plants yet.
No.
right?
Indoors didn't go according to plan either.
We brought down an entire house.
You got all right. All combat's now flying in the air, well, away from any ground or buildings or anything like that.
Kashak.
Folks, we're now in space. Now you're on like a spaceship.
Oh no.
Wait, I should have been a slime. Doomed.
Folks, chat, take notes. This is how you break a DM. Like multiple sessions in a row. This is how you break a DM.
Just wait until I actually get to make a melee attack.
Next session.
Wait until I participate in combat.
True, that too.
I mean, I did about as much as I could do that entire combat. I hit a nat 20, which was hilariously timed.
Yeah, I had solid damage on my thing as well. Yeah.
All I'm saying, guys, is Sin is a good boy. Okay? Smile.
Sin is a good boy.
That was fantastic, though.
Well,
Is it the big thing for like the revised
Goodness.
fighter that I'm using is like I don't have like I don't get extra attacks and extra damage and stuff. I just get extra other options.
Mhm.
And in this specific example, where I have gravity to abuse. That was very strong.
Yeah, well, so I have a barbarian in my Saturday group who uses gravity and fall damage and whatnot for like wrestling combos. Yeah, he might be coming to you to ask for some advice. I'm just warning you now. You know, he gets maybe like 2d6 effect, like falling damage and whatnot with his grapples. No, he might be coming to you, so I just be aware. He might just pop into stream like, hey, I heard you had a grappling combo. To add to his 256-page PDF of grappling combos with D&D mechanics alone.
I'm just waiting for level 9, because then my character becomes completely broken. It'll be great times.
Alright, at this point I'm just throwing a Trask at you. I look, if you end up doing this shit at level 6, level 9,
Kashak!
no, you're fighting a Trask, I don't care.
Just one?
Just one.
Oh my god.
You need to think
Come
bigger.
on. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight a beholder, bro.
The Beholder won't do shit. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. Beholder won't do shit against your party at this point.
All eyes would have to be targeted on Eva.
I support
Alright.
that.
Alright.
And even then, maybe.
I mean, like, saving throws and stuff she doesn't have much defense against.
Oh, I just realized something.
Gracie isn't spectacular. She's just got, like, some hit points, and I've stacked some things to reduce the damage she takes.
Well, at 9 you get advantage on all strength and dex saving throws from me.
I could cure most of my problems if I devoured Ava, I think. I just came to that realization.
Alright, session is over, folks. Was this a better, at least from the DM standpoint, was this a better session than last time? Did I redeem myself?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the no, holy.
oh yeah.
With the exception
was
of
great.
salmon in the dishwasher, yes.
That was a comic.
I think-
Sprig put toast in the washing bin first. That was.
I think actual
This is
feedback.
not going away.
Because we had last session, and we got to know ourselves better as a party, the RP parts of this session went much more engagingly and much more interestingly.
Mhm.
And I think that went really well. But all things considered, it went fantastic, and with you handling everything very well. And you know what happened with combat. We don't need to say it.
I mean,
That was fun.
It was
I just wanna
fun.
point-
I think
Those were going to be an issue if they grabbed one of the smaller folks, but because you have Eva being the grappling machine she is, and the giant rolling with a +8, really poorly.
Let's be real; they wouldn't have lasted that long, anyways.
they were mostly just hit. Well, as hill giants, assuming it's the same basic profile, they're like really hard hitting attacks and a lot of HP, but
They're
like junk easy.
these aren't actually, so mechanically speaking, these aren't actually hill giants. These are giants from the Grim Hollow Monsters Guide.
Haha.
They're fey giants, whatnot.
Okay.
That can be found in that setting. They just look like hill giants, whatnot. But I've been trying to use some more of the Grim Hollow stuff to test out for the 3 Grim Hollow games I run out, and noted. Don't let Eva into Grim Hollow. Got it.
he don't give no fuck about
Hey,
the
Eva, we
Wicked
need you in the other campaign.
No!
Please.
No!
I need help. My character's just a poor innocent little bug. I need help, okay?
My character
Need
was
a bodyguard.
Yeah, I need a bodyguard who is very tall. It would go well with my very tiny character.
Your character got shot, Teo. I'm sorry. It's just no coming back from
Yeah.
that.
It's not a good shot.
Shot.
All right.
Eaten.
I ate your arm, by the way. But I hope you don't feel bad about that. Like, no hard feelings, right?
All right. I'm going. I need to skedaddle. I seriously need a screwdriver after that.
Just
Sprig,
this one-
GG.
Just this one quick little thing, though, of like actual feedback too.
All
Was
right.
like, It's not always a bad thing, but you were very eager and very quick to like jump onto describing things.
I was
So like, I
Excited.
couldn't get a word in when I actually wanted to do my turn and had a thing in mind.
noted for next time. I will say I was very excited to actually like, oh hey, we're gonna have actual combat.
Yeah, I understand. I just wanted to make sure that
That's
it
fair.
was mentioned was all.
I love
But
10 out of 10.
going back to the whiteboard next to my desk, still have to have actual combat for this group.
True.
Thank you for DMing though.
Thank
It was
you.
fun.
And thank you
Yes.
everybody who watched. I hope you all had a wonderful time.
I apologize for smoshing your monsters.
Apologize for nothing. That was amazing.
No,
I like
don't
it.
worry, don't worry. I'm adjusting Mother for next session.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
you
make
can
Mother-
bully me.
Make Mother a solo
Toxic.
for sure, right?
Yeah, so I'll do like I think some Paragon actions would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, these creatures just didn't get their Paragon actions. They're and whatnot. They
They just
didn't
didn't
have a
chance.
chance.
They never got a turn.
But you don't need your turn for a Paragon action.
The way I roll it is
Ah.
the way I rolled it, they need Paragon action is another name. You're using another name for legendary actions, correct?
No, a Paragon action is a separate thing from legendary actions.
I don't. Is that a layer action? No, that's
It's a separate thing entirely. It's similar, but it's a completely separate thing.
well, I only know of layer in legendary actions. I would love to talk to you about this. No, it's fine.
Paragon actions are weaker than regular actions, but you can make one after each player's turn up to a number of times equal to the number of players minus one.
This is
So like if
homebrew
you're
or like an
down to
earlier
the
edition?
monster and the no, this is from a homebrew thing. So like if you are one monster, one player, it has no Paragon actions. One monster, two players, then it has one Paragon action. So they can use their Paragon actions to move, to like make weaker versions of attacks. So like instead of hitting with their club, they just punch or kick to someone or something.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so like instead of a legendary action, at the end of your turn, they whack you with the club the same as they would on their turn and do a bazillion damage, versus Paragon action is like, at the end of your turn, it's sick of you cutting it, so it kicks you 15 feet away.
So it's more for like a big, or not big group, but a group fighting big monster.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Do they get-
it's makes it
that
more of an
makes sense.
even feel.
Do they get legendary and Paragon actions, some monsters?
You can do both. I tend not to unless it's like a huge solo.
Well, for
The
Paragon actions
idea
are,
of Paragon actions, though, is just that they are weaker, more utility type actions. So,
Mhm.
like, the Dragon's legendary do a perception check action would be
Yeah,
a,
the
Paragon, a
Paragon?
good example of a Paragon action.
okay. Well,
Mhm.
I think
Anyway,
going to
though.
the next fight, I will look at Paragon actions. However, I think for the next fight, I think I might still just stick with legendary actions after what have happened. I'll look into it though. But yes, I gotta go and whatnot.
Yeah, so
Okay.
do I.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
friends.
Thank you,
I had a
everyone.
ton of fun.
Bye.
Bye bye.